recorded, so like y'all.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Shake it back! Does that feel good? Yeah.
Is it just me? So hello, Shake and Bakers. It's just me. We were just backstage talking with everybody. We just had a pre-show with our guest today, Gary Scelzi, which I'm so excited about. Stevie was there, and there he is. Thank you so much, Stevie.
Hey, welcome, Shake and Bakers, to episode 65 of the Shake and Bake Show with Courtney and Stevie. Lyle is kind of predisposed right now, but he may join us a little later. Sorry to be driving down the road, at least for the first part of the show. I was doing some Smoky Top Secret stuff today, and I'm on the way back to the shop. We got a super awesome show. I wish you guys were at the backstage deal before we got the show started. It is going to be hot.
I just said to Spencer, the fact that all of that just happened in the 10 minutes before the show is just something to tell here in the next hour. It's going to be absolutely out of control. So if we've ever asked you before, share this show. I promise you're going to want to see it. There's going to be things you've never even imagined, but we have a very, very tight schedule because we want to keep the guest segment as long as possible, because I have a feeling we could never, ever fit in the amount of things that we want to fit in with our guest tonight.
Yeah, the reason we were late getting on is because the pre-show was so good, I didn't want to end it.
Can't. You just can't. So, all right. Well, again, Lyle will probably be on soon. There's a lot going on in the Barnett household today. So he'll be on soon. But Stevie, let's go through our personal stuff. Wait. Whoa. You didn't do the noise.
I'm actually driving down the road, so it'll be good.
There it is. Okay, so you on this here sheet that Molly and I do, you don't have any highs and lows. But before we do it, Molly, go ahead and roll that high and low beautiful bean footage. Why are you in the air and me and Lyle are in a bus?
Because I'm a pilot. And the one thing about a pilot that you have to know is they're going to tell you that they're a pilot. That's the first thing. That's just going to happen.
That's true. Spencer passed his radio test, and he passed his written test this week, so he is well on his way.
Hey, how long before the practical? When's he thinking the practical's coming?
2 months.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So
that is awesome. I was telling somebody this last night. There's only really one thing that I think about as much as racing, and that's airplanes. And it's the exact same bug when it bites you. You cannot stop thinking about it. Like, I have this ritual. I work 18 hours a day normally. I sleep about 3 or 4. When I get ready to go to bed every single night, I look at airplanes that are on Trade Plane, Controller, and Barnstormers. Every night, I scroll through every new listing to see if there's anything cool that's a good deal. And that's how much I love aviation. I'm always trying to find a deal on some planes.
That is exactly what's happening in my house now. So yay.
It's the aviation disease is a disease for which there is no cure. It is a lifelong disease, and it will put you completely in the poorhouse. You think you can mess up some money drag racing? Yeah, you think you can mess up some money drag racing? Try to get you 2 or 3 airplanes, see what happens.
Great. Well, on that note, that's
you're gonna like it.
But what are your highs and lows this week, Stevie?
Okay, highs are we have done a massive amount of work with a lot of different people on Mikey Cecina's Pro Street car. We brought it out we missed a race in Martin. Took that thing to the chassis shop after Martin, did a bunch of chassis work with it. Joe did a great job. We lost about 150 pounds on that thing, brought it back out, qualified well, and we won our first round of competition in PDRA Pro Street. And it may not sound like a big deal to win your first round,
No, it
but
is.
we came in with 0 runs. I actually had to remote in from Brazil on his first PDRA race. We didn't do any testing before then, so it's taken us a couple races, but we won a first round. We're still in competition, and we got us a fast hot rod that I think is competitive. So that's definitely my high, is getting Mikey into the second round.
Very nice. What about your low?
The dadgum rain in Bristol and me not getting to crush the second round guy. So we had a good hot ride. I really was wanting to run second round. Being in Bristol for 3 days and it getting rained out, sucked. That was my low.
Yeah, that was honestly, I didn't have a low this week. That was probably my low as well. I was stuck in the tower most of the time, which it's fun up there, but there is very few things worse than packing up your bags, going somewhere when you go somewhere all the time, and then sitting there and having nothing to do. It's excruciating, and I hate it for the PDRA folks because that's a huge loss, right? And that's one of the most beautiful tracks in the country. There was some stuff during qualifying, but that's a huge loss that they have to deal with, and that sucks.
Yeah, the track conditions were tough. It was hot. But when you start racing and you got a good car, like, you want to take advantage of that. A lot of other people are struggling. So,
Yep.
like, now that race is going to be finished in Galat, where the air's killer and the track's killer, and it's hard to take a month off or 3 weeks off and then go run somebody. I'm going to race the points leader, right, in the second round. So it's going to be fun.
Well, my high this week, as you know, we were in Brainerd, so the zoo is always a high. Spencer had never been to the zoo before, so check this out. I got the Canadian in the back of the monster truck named the Patriot with Jesus and the Yeti. So God bless America. God bless Outlaw Beer. Like, is that not the most Courtney picture ever?
That's pretty CE right there.
It was pretty awesome, and I just love it. They came in, did a bunch of content pieces with us, gave Spencer a couple of truckfuls of beer for a sticker on the car and to be a part of that. So it was cool to be a fly on the wall. But I highly suggest getting with a beer sponsor and going to the zoo.
I just need any beer sponsor. If I can get a beer company to sponsor me, it will always be a zoo.
Yeah, that's very true. You are. And the memories on my Facebook were coming up of when I took your cardboard cutout to the zoo last year, and Jenna and I just had you with us. So the zoo is always a high. And then also, I do have to say this. I went back to Texas for a month, and I got to have some quality time with my buddy, Dion. That was a definite high of my 2 weeks here. Look at this bowl. We had some fajitas. This was for Lyle, but he's not here. We had some fajitas. Look at his shirt, Southern Lawn Daddy, with a Capco shirt on. Yeah, thank you. But so those are my highs. No lows, but I had 0 flight delays in 2 race weekends, friends.
Did you fly Delta? You must have flew Delta.
I flew American, son.
It's just an accident. It's like a broke clock's right twice a day.
Yeah. No, it definitely. I was expecting it. Even like as we're taking off, I'm like, won't be taking off. But we did, and we made it. So that was a high. And I believe Lyle Barnett's high this week is whatever he's doing right now.
I concur. Hopefully the old Joker will come on the show a little later and talk about it.
What an epic entry if he does. And I hate, gosh dang it, him and Gary Scelzi have very similar, like, crazy meters. And I really want those to connect. So I'm very, very much hoping that happens. So, all right, well, there's our highs and lows this week. That flew by much, much quicker than normal. Molly Poo Pants, would you let us know if our first guest is in the...
Yeah, I can't, until I get to the shop in a little bit, I can't see any comments or any of that stuff. So this is bad, but there's ladies running the show. So if there's anything terrible happening, it's y'all's gender that's causing it. So I can't help y'all. I'll be at the shop in about 30 minutes, and I'll be able to save the day.
I'm sorry, what decade did you just come out of to say that?
I mean, you guys are doing a great job, and I appreciate you, and I look forward to getting to the shop so that I can witness y'all's greatnesshood.
That's kind of what I thought you were going to say, but
Yeah,
it was weird.
that's
that you
what they
didn't
just
say it.
came out backwards the first time.
Yeah, no, that was really weird. So thanks so much for that. All right, well, let's dive into before we bring on our first guest. So we announced last show that Drag Race Bracket Bonanza was going to have Pro Mod in Indy. And I got to tell you guys, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of time. It was a lot of money. It was a lot of nonsense for Elin and Abby to do this. And then the schedule comes out where first round of eliminations is Sunday night. So now it's a completely separate bracket where he has to open in. So what I'm telling you people on here is if you don't play Drag Race Bracket Bonanza, you need to go sign up, go play it, send them a nice Facebook message, tell them thank you, because this was purely peer pressure on them doing this because of Stevie Fast Jackson on the Shake and Bake show wanting to have Pro Mod on there. And then, as usual, no good deed goes unpunished. It turned into like way more work, time, and money than he had planned. So, Stevie, you need
But
to help him find
I
a sponsor.
feel like I'm gonna get him some money. I gotta find him some cheese. But I feel like I have done ProMod a service by making this happen. This is gonna help them. It's gonna help us. It's gonna draw a lot of attention to our class. We had an NHRA board meeting this week. Everybody that runs NHRA ProMod is excited about this bracket. This is going to get a lot of eyeballs on our sport, a lot of eyeballs on ProMod that hadn't been there before, and a lot of people participating. So I'm excited about it.
Well, that's perfect time, and let's bring on the man who made all of it happen and bring on Elin Werner.
Hello.
You're like
What's up, brother?
You're
Hey,
basically
I'm sorry. I need to apologize for ruining your life with the ProMod bracket bonanza.
No, this is what makes drag racing so great. Is we all get into it with the best intentions, and we all have a plan, and we're going to go to the track, and we got our stuff, and we're going to put our 10x10 tent up, and we're going to get our cooler out,
Right?
and then it just starts fucking
goes to
raining,
shit.
or you don't get
No, that's not what happens.
whatever. So I'm here for it. I am here for
That's
it.
not what happens. Tell the truth. You're going to go racing. You get you a F-250 and a trailer and a four-wheeler and a race car, and you're going to go racing. You're a racer. The next thing you know, you've spent $10 million, built 5 different shops, filed bankruptcy 6 times, and you have 2 mortgages on your house, and you're still trying to win around. That's racing.
And your wife left.
I tell people, ask me,
2 wives left, and yeah, pretty good.
People ask me what exactly, drag racing bracket bonanza, are you making a bunch of money? What I go, no, I go, I'm not making any money, but man, if I just took all this money, I would have a kick-ass super comp dragster and the nicest toter home in the pits.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, so I'm excited to bring the Pro Mod world into Drag Race Bracket Bonanza because I do agree that the passion level in that category, the characters, just the response, we've got headshots from everybody. It'll be seamless. Abby and I get into Indy tomorrow. We're going to close some gaps on just stat information on all the participants. So we're going to go work the pits, meet the drivers, make sure we have, like it looks like everyone else in Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. And for the races that are more traditional, we'll have a bigger window to fill out. But I'm a gambler. I like betting. I like the 5-hour, like, hey, we're done qualifying, and then we can just get the word out, fill out your brackets for the next 5 hours, and then bam, instant gratification.
And I don't hate that it's a little bit separate too, because we can push this one kind of on its own.
Yeah.
And then the pros happen the next day. But this is, like I said, I say this in front of Elin's back and behind his back, y'all. The best way to thank and support is to sign up, play, share, and interact.
And we've got cool prizes. Troy Coughlin Jr.'s Revelry is going to donate some T-shirts. We're going to have prizes for the Pro Mod winners. We got some cool autograph stuff. We got T-shirts. We got hats. So there'll be good swag. And again, it's totally free. Anyone can play. And we just want to really knock it out of the ballpark so it's seamless. We get more people playing, and I kind of dig it. I've always been a closet Pro Mod fan ever since I went to the World Series of Pro Mod. And now, I just get a big kick out of, and also Stevie, it was very easy for me to agree to do this because I'm also very much a secret Stevie Fast fan.
Ooh.
Like,
Thank you, brother.
So that was very, like, when it came up, like, Abby was like, no,
She's like, fuck, we're doing this, aren't we?
please only ask for brackets. Please, Stevie, please don't ask for more than just, hey, can we add the brackets? Because, yeah, I'm a sucker for that stuff. So we're, and I will say, since the last time I was on y'all's show, you guys have had, as far as like a media support growing Drag Race Bracket Bonanza, hands down, your fans, your listeners, watchers, the best. You have the biggest league. You have, we saw immediate jump in numbers, the engagement, and that's why I'm excited about adding Pro Mod to the mix, because it just gives people another reason to praise us or give us shit, and we'll just get better.
And it gives Stevie a bracket that he might be able to have one green portion.
Hold on now. Wait a minute. All right. While we're on this subject,
yes,
should we go ahead and recap the recent successes from the last race?
We should. But
Yes.
before we do,
it sounds like a guy that his football season went 1-15, and he wants to really rail on his one big victory.
I'm going to come back in the playoffs.
That's good. Count down.
I'm going to get the wild card and come back.
We them boys. No, but before we do, we need to announce the Sonoma winner. We did not do that on our last show. So Molly Poo, go ahead. I don't know who it is. We're throwing it up.
Molly Lou.
I can call her what I want. You're not in charge tonight. Stan. Just flat out Stan.
Just Stan.
Stan the man crushed everybody in Sonoma.
I don't know. I don't see the players. Could that be Eminem playing under a pseudonym? I'm not saying it's not.
I heard he was a saying
it is.
Yeah, maybe my alter account is Stan.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that the actual Stan is going to say no.
Yeah, it's not.
No. So while we've got Elon on here, let's talk about Brainerd.
Yes.
Okay, so before we get down this road, I feel like I'm getting railroaded on this deal. I would go on record, besides Lewis Bloom and maybe Brian Loams, maybe Reinhardt, I probably know more about drag racing. I don't know how to drag race more than anybody, but I know more about drag racing than anybody. The fact that I continue to get crushed at this rate, there's some sort of conspiracy going on causing this kind of problem. I don't know what it is.
Stevie, I made the game and rarely crack the top half.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's.
Do you ever finish last? You ever finish last out of everyone?
I'm not. Well, in some leagues, yeah.
I could go to Best Buy and get the cashier to pick my picks and do better. I race cars for a living.
Hey, I was in a separate bracket with some family friends. We're nerds. We did a bracket for the World Sumo Wrestling Championship, like a fantasy deal. The woman that won strictly picked her players based on were they in a pink little bikini bottom or orange bikini bottom, and won the whole damn thing. I did 3 days worth of research on sumo wrestlers and was in it until the last day.
So like,
I'm right there with you,
Stevie. I think what's getting me, real story is, I'm so busy racing that I'm not able to pay enough attention to racing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like, and then also I way overstudy the qualifying sheets. I average everybody's numbers in a spreadsheet.
Yep.
I have someone check my spreadsheet.
No, it's on a
pick stuff based on stats, and it's not working out.
No, it's. I've tried everything from stats to literally talking to crew chiefs on Sunday mornings, Stevie.
None of it matters.
Go and say, how do you feel today? How do you feel today? And they'll give you the straight answer. Hey, I feel good. If we can get by first round, this, that, and the other, and then I go and
I'm worse than that.
Garbage.
I'm worse than that.
Garbage.
We all buy parts at the same place. I'll call up a manufacturer and be like, hey, who's buying the good sets of rods?
Right. Who's
fuel?
getting the good?
And here's what I'm doing.
How many of those, what'd you balance the crankshaft on those Colita cars at this week? I'm trying to get the sneaky, and it's not working.
Ooh, that's good. Sully for real said we should just ask AI.
Yeah.
I'm going to let ChatGPT pick this week, except for one.
Yeah, see, there you go. Except for Promod, I bet. But so let's go over the Brainerd stuff because Brainerd took Lyle back to the top. So
Golly.
Lyle cleaned us up except Pro Stock. And I want to draw everyone's attention to the right side of the screen where it says number 1. That's my picture. I won Pro Stock of the whole league. So every Shake and Baker listening, you suck. I won.
Suck it.
I win. Suck a big.
Hey, I finished second in Funny Car.
No, you didn't.
I mean, I'm second out of us.
Yeah, I'm talking everyone.
Oh, no, I didn't do too good.
And I picked Spencer Hyde to win Funny Car, so we'll blame that on picking with your heart. But in Pro Stock, I clearly did not pick with my heart because my sister did not win.
Yeah, that's
Courtney. You got crushed in Funny Car.
Household.
I got crushed in Funny Car. I had 0 greens. So congratulations to our Brainerd winner, Rayo, 78.5 points. This one really set me back because Lyle did some good here, and I'm very glad he's not here to boast. And here is our chase for the championship. And the fact that Lyle Barnett is in the top 10 makes me want to throw up. It makes me want to throw up.
Maybe using ChatGPT.
He probably is. Look at him down there at MacFatB. You know what he probably has is Nash D or his dog picking for him or something. But I have a feeling once ProMod comes into play,
yes,
both of you two are going to be picking yourselves, and I'm going to have a severe advantage.
You think?
Until one of you wins.
I was about to say, it depends on how good thyself is.
That's like Dan Wilkerson plays Bracket Bonanza, and he picks himself to win every Funny Car race. And Joe Costello asked him about it, like, you pick yourself every race? And he was like genuinely offended. Like, yeah, why wouldn't I?
Spencer picks himself every week, and he's like, why would I put in the air to lose? Like, why would I throw that out there? Which is fair. And I do for my 2 different leagues. I pick what I want to win in one of them. Spencer and I have our own where it's just us. We're like Allie Bland and Cody Bland. And it's just us. And so if it ever happens where Erica and Spencer win on the same weekend, like, I'm brilliant, right?
Well, you'll just be a puddle of Courtney there. That'll be
a puddle. I'll die. Okay, I'll just die. And hopefully it's this weekend. But I picked with my brain this weekend, and I did have Spencer going to the semis this weekend. So he got me.
Yeah.
By one.
I've been picking Erica to win Pro Stock for a year, and the first time I don't pick her, she's going to win.
Well, here, hang on. So that puts us perfectly into what's next. We're going to talk about the Brainerd race recap. Elon, hope you'll stay on for this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So Austin Prock cannot be stopped unless maybe somebody by the name of Spencer Hyde wins Indy this weekend and brings some head luck back. But Austin Prock is out of control. He is, you could see in his eyeballs when he got out of the car down there, it looked like he was ready to kill somebody. It's insane. He has unlocked just master mode, and it's aggressive. Coletta won again, which is pretty cool. I think that seeing him on a nice little comeback tour is great there. And then Stevie, to talk to you about this, Pro Stock, there was a change this weekend. Maybe I'm blind, maybe I'm not. Elite was within one-ish.
Yeah.
Our drivers were on. Erica is back in her old race car, and she'll tell you it's all right here, but she thinks it's everywhere. She averaged like 14 on race day, so your girl's coming back, Stevie.
I think it's gonna be a race, Stevie.
So, as soon as she got crushed, I texted her immediately and said, "This was a tremendous outing. You drove like a champion today. Good momentum." And I don't think she ever even responded to me. So you can tell her I said to kiss my butt. But that always comes before a win. Like, the driver knows they can drive it, and the crew chief knows that they can crew chief it now. Just got to put it all together. So it was definitely a different air in the class this last race.
And back in the pit, even after, if anybody were vulnerable on the show, Erica's been on the show a million times. She is high-low with her emotions, right? When things are rolling good, she's good. When they're bad, she carries it. She came back from losing the semis to Dallas. Lost by 2 thou, so crushed. Okay, we'll take your word of crushed, Stevie. By 2 thou lost. She was 11 on the tree. Or no, she was 9 and
Yeah.
Dallas was 11. Like back to old school style. She was 5 feet taller. She was smiling. She was
Yeah.
obviously upset that she lost, but she looked at me and for the first time in a season and a half, she said, I'm going to win next week. And I was like, I've seen this
Yeah.
before. It's dangerous and maybe I'm biased, all the things,
No.
but this is the moment Greg Anderson's been talking about. It's not going to stay like this forever.
No.
They're going to get it figured out, kind of stumbled their way through Sonoma to be able to have that Stanfield final. But there's no regular season championship for Elite, but I think that the countdown is going to be as interesting as you could want it to be.
Yeah. And
You know
Greg,
how important, sorry to mean to cut you off. You know
No, you're
how important it is for a professional race car driver and team to peak at the right time.
Yep.
You can't plan it. You can't strategize it. It has to be organic to be real. That fire she's talking about in her belly, it's hard to get that after you've won a lot. It's easy to get it when you haven't won anything. But when you've won a lot of races and a lot of championships, there's times, especially when the car is not doing so good, the tree's falling on the wrong side of a bad hole shot, rain, weather, all the crap that we have to go through, that it's really hard to get that. But getting that at the right time, better watch out.
and that's exactly right. And then the other thing, Courtney, you talked about earlier is in Funny Car, it's the worst combination right now is because Austin is feeling challenged by Jimmy and Thomas to raise his game. And
Yeah.
Jimmy and Thomas are now challenged to give Austin an even better race car. So it's like a vicious cycle of those guys just upping their game. And now when Erica and Elite gets that, they're starting to get that groundswell of they're seeing the progress from all the thousands of man hours in the shop. That feeds into Erica and Jeg and Troy and Aaron's confidence that
And they're pissed off. And
it's
they're
gonna be-
pissed off, and that's dangerous.
The countdown is going to count down, and it's going to be. I predict it's going to be one of those deals where it's going to be exactly what you wanted: a 6-race knife fight in a phone booth, particularly in pro stock. I even think in all these categories, I think you could see a guy in Top Fuel come from the bottom half
Yeah.
and just completely. Everybody knows the rules going in. But it's
I
going
mean,
to be.
look at Clay Milliken right now.
Yes.
Like he's always in the mix, but like he is just silently making his peak at the right time as well. But you've got guys like Sean Langdon. Like, of course, I talk about Pro Stock all the time just because that's the way that the cookie crumbles in my brain. But I think that Top Fuel is going to be that way too. Like what we're seeing in Funny Car, we may think we know what's happening, and it may be an unstoppable force. See what I did there? An unstoppable force for that, but also anything can
How
absolutely
long did
happen.
you plan that?
Yeah.
I did.
How long did you have that in your
Our
pocket?
Jim Nance little
Just
crib
happened.
notes there. She's been.
That didn't just happen.
I
Okay.
mean,
It did. But
I mean,
anyway,
trust
Top
me,
Fuel, I
when,
think.
when Spencer wins Funny Car, she's going to roll out some bullshit. Time to go run and hide, Funny Car guys. I get it. It's going to be embarrassing. Just top
It will
end.
be-
nonsense.
it
I know this woman. I know this woman right here very well. You may think that she shoots from the hip, but she's very calculating.
Yes.
I guarantee you on her computer, there are already graphic T-shirt designs drawn out. Probably already has them in the trailer. She's very calculating,
What's
maniacal
funny
witch.
is I wore my Aaron Stanfield 2024 World Championship shirt the other day. He didn't win that. Got the shirt.
See, you guys didn't do the Don Schumacher burn all of Matt Hagen's 2010 Funny Car World Championships.
No, we
show
tried to
of-
send him overseas one time. The one time I made him for Eric and we didn't win, Steve Torrance won, and we gave him to them because all it says is won this motherfucker.
Right.
Gave him to them, they gave him to their guys like they did it. So these are the only ones that we truly had to eat, and I wore it the other day.
Still, one of the greatest parts of NHRA lore is when Don Schumacher got all of Hagen's guys out behind the shop and burned all the T-shirts to the ground after Force came back on him in 2010.
That's actually
said,
hilarious.
This is unacceptable.
Unacceptable. One time I burned, remember when we had those vests, Elon, that we had to have
Oh,
on
yeah.
the starting line? I burned my vest in
Of course
Pomona
you did.
one year.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
Nikki.
but yeah, so I think Indy, it's going to be it's going to be so many things going on. You got Mission wrapping up. You got regular season champions. You've just got the race. You've got the funny car call out. Drag Race Bracket Bonanza is going to be bigger than ever. Yeah, like Sully said, Sarge is back. I know he's
talk about a spoiler in Top Fuel too, right?
Yeah.
Like that could ruin some things.
Yeah, I mean, Clay's got to be excited about that because every person Tony Schumacher beats, that's one less guy Clay has to beat. And he's going to beat some guys. And
Indy always, we're going to talk about Indy here in a little bit too, but Indy always shows up and shows out with like random shit happening, right? Yeah. Like it matters for the points and all the things, but the fact that we've got the regular champion or regular season champion happening for the first time is really cool. Basically, Austin Prock has to show up and just make all the runs, I believe. There was a thought of could he clinch it last weekend, and he's got a tech and all the things. And then in Pro Stock, it's just between those two, and Top Fuel, there's a couple. But I just think that puts something different because the last 3 races, correct me if I'm wrong, both of you, traditionally, since we've gotten used to Countdown Life, and I can't wait to get Gary Scelzi's opinion on Countdown, but Countdown Life, it's just been like what seed, all the things, and you're still kind of trying things out. I feel like 2 or 3 races ago, really 2, we kind of started to see what we see like Dallas, Vegas, right? Where everything's on the table. Yep. They're not trying anything anymore. And there's been a new brand of seriousness that we've never seen in August.
Correct. I agree completely. And I think that made Sonoma very critical. That made Brainerd, that I think that people thought they had a chance. And then, of course, Austin did what Austin did. But
also for them, they stepped up because they said, you got to hang it all out.
They knew they couldn't take it. They knew they were kind of vulnerable, and they knew if they slammed the door on everybody in Brainerd, it was over. And it really, they could skip Indy and still be the regular season champion.
That's wild.
But, yeah. Which is, reward that dominance. I'm glad, I think the guys, because again, going back to getting hot at the right time, this could be the deal where, hey man, it's great that Greg or Dallas got the regular season championship because in Pomona 2, they may not get anything.
Right. And they've earned it. And they
earned the regular season championship.
That teams and fans, I think, at the beginning of the Countdown era struggled with was that there's no reward. Yes, you go in number 1 seed, but everything is so tight. Like there was one year where Erica was ahead like 2.5 races, you get 20 points. This actually takes into effect and gives that, because when I first heard it, I'm like, I don't know, it's not going to do anything. But it does. It takes that away, and then you completely play a different game. It's a new game.
All the Countdown haters, to me, it takes a little bit of wind out of their sail of, okay, for 14 races, whoever had the best 14 races gets a big pile of money and a trophy. And then you get this whole secondary season where we're going to go, okay, now we're going to go full-on speed race for more money and a bigger trophy.
I can't wait. And just a better show. Now we've got this crazy show.
So and it's closer to, I've always said, Wes is promoting, the Elite Motorsports Million. If the regular season champion and wins the Mission, that's $650,000 to that team. You're creeping up closer to $1 million. Yeah. But, so that you're getting there slowly but surely. But to me, you still look at the competition level. I think it's going to get spicy. I think there's guys that are just going to get, butt hurt, and you're going to see it at the top end, I hope.
Yep. And there's always what we see with teams and stuff. Obviously, nobody's folding for anything, but you see strategy. And I think that I can't wait to talk about this as we get further into it. We talked about it a little bit last year on the Shake and Bake show, but when you start to get into effect of like there's one team car left that can win the championship and Tony Schumacher coming in blocking, I think that we're getting to a part of the world where, Stevie, maybe it's just like us being not PC, but like a game's a game and you play it out. And I think we're going to see a little bit more of that than we ever did last year because Pro Stock's not the only one with these mega teams anymore.
No. Hey, it's like
one thing that I love about the countdown, and there's a lot of pros and cons against it, but one thing that I absolutely love is you get to find out who's been playing chess and who's playing checkers.
Yep.
Who's got some stuff that they have been sitting on for most of the year that they're going to ambush you with. Who's really been there and been closer to winning than what you think, but didn't want to show you their whole hand.
Right.
So, like, for me, going into Indy, it's exciting to see who has done there, who's been laying on the beach all summer, and who's been in the shop.
Yeah. And to me, I'm going to throw it out there. That could be it, like Justin Ashley.
Yeah.
They've dominated in the regular season, so they know it, but they just run out of shit in the countdown or they make mistakes. Could they have it figured out? And they're like, okay, we have 6 races of good shit that we know is going to win. And we're going to figure it out in Indy, and then we're going to go right into Reading and just see what happens.
I'm excited, but I also just can't believe that we're already here. I was distributing tickets this morning, and I'm like, what?
Indy? What? Yeah.
Indy?
Yeah.
It seems like Gainesville was last week.
Right.
Truly. I know we say it every year, but I swear every year it goes by faster and faster, and it's over.
Yeah.
Like we got the email about Pachanga, about the award ceremony. What?
Yeah.
So anyway, so Pro Mod in Indy for Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. I cannot say this enough, people. The best way, while Stevie tries to find Elon some money to sponsor this Pro Mod deal, the best way to support this is to spread the word and to play, because that is it's been one of the quickest moving movements, in my opinion, that we've had in a really, really long time.
And we will be follow us on social media. Will be all kind of interactive stuff, but definitely you can sign up now. Sign up anytime during the week. We're going to be at Cruises Open House signing people up, and that way you get the email blasts, you get the reminders, and then again, it's going to be critical to Sunday right after qualifying. We'll have the Pro Mod ladder live, and we'll keep that MFR open until the last minute.
And we will remind you on all of our socials too. We've been putting up Drag Race.
The first pair of Pro Mod cars will do their burnouts, and they'll be backing up, and the brackets will still be open. I will not lock those brackets until pre-stage lights are on.
And I'm going to get with Deb at Congruity, NHRA Pro Mod social medias and stuff. I'm sure you guys will have plenty of assets. That's the other thing we love about this is you guys tool us up, right? So what we learned at the pro race is if you tool your people up, then things will happen. And if you build it, they will come. So appreciate that. But yeah, guys, please go sign up now so you don't have to do it whenever there's 10 minutes left. Sign up now and kind of just click around on the website. But it's super easy. I do it on my phone every week. You can do it on your laptop or whatever. But come play and join the Shake and Bake League. There is on our social media, and we will repost it as we do every week on our stories, how to join our leagues, all that. Beer Guy's got a league. Everybody's got a league. Go ahead and join all your leagues because you can fill out different brackets for each league.
Yes.
So you can be right in different places.
So maybe I'm winning in all the other leagues I'm a member of.
You could be dominating the Warner Communications League, Stevie, for all
right. So while we're on the subject of NHRA Pro Mod, first I want to give Deb O'Rourke a huge shout out for everything that she does behind the scenes. A lot of what you see in Congruity, NHRA Pro Mod is because of the hard work of Deb O'Rourke. And there's a lot of folks supporting cast that she has behind the scenes doing what we do. And then behind that, I want to give a huge shout out to my primary sponsor, Doug Cook. Most of you guys saw what happened to my car at World Series of Pro Mod. You saw me blow up in the final and lose by a thou, lost $100,000 by a thou. I get paid to race that car, right? Doug Cook is the only person that I've ever done business with like this, where I said, hey, Doug, I really am focused on KTR right now. I really have to work for a couple of months. I'm developing some stuff. I need to fix the car when I can and take a couple of months off and race it. Is that okay? And Doug Cook says, absolutely. I'm in bed. We're in bed together forever. Doug is a believer in KTR and what we've been doing. He said, when you're ready to race the car, I'm going to be here and we can go race it. So I want to announce, if you guys saw my social media last week, our girl's got a new dancing dress on. The Shadow 3.0, the Motion Raceworks Shadow 3.0 is back from the chassis shop. Ryan at RK Racecraft did a great job putting it back together. Shelly at MC Wraps did an awesome job making her look like a hot rod. And I have entered competition to enter NHRA, Congruity NHRA Pro Mod for Indy for 2025. And the KTR team has got 2 bullets in the gun. And you're going to want to grab you a seat in the stands and a cooler full of beer on Q1 come Friday night.
Ooh-wee.
Okay. You know what that car needs is Drag Race Bracket Bonanza decal.
I knew it was coming.
Hey, we can do that. We can do that. We have packages starting at $10,995 per race.
Or packages starting at, he made the Pro Mod League for you.
I know. No, we'll do something. We'll tighten you up. I think that's a great idea.
I got you, Ethan.
Shadow's looking great.
I always love the look of Stevie's cars because they're always so clean that I almost feel bad being like, hey, stick this garish red and blue Drag Race Bracket Bonanza decal on here when you've created this whole vibe. So we'll work
America.
America.
So I've always said that racing cars, the cars themselves, not the drivers, they are a race car driver's persona of themselves if they could recreate themselves in the perfection that they would change about themselves. So like I always look at my cars as how in humanity I want to look if I could just make myself. I want to be sleek, sexy, and fast. And I'm really excited. Our car was beat to hell when we left World Series of Pro Mod. It's brand new right now. And I can't wait to hit the racetrack this week. Our team has killed themselves over the last month. And I mean kill themselves. Our engine development team has not had a day off in over a month. That includes Saturdays and Sundays, and most of those days are 18 hours. Our in-shop staff, our machine staff, our fabricators, everyone, our electricians, everybody has really pulled together to not only keep our customers' fleet of cars running that we have, but also to get my car ready. I don't get to come out and race it a lot, but I'm excited about running this race. And with that said, in addition to, I got a merch announcement. The Spray and Pray shirts are back in stock. Molly, you got that graphic? So when we drop these things, they sold out in like 2 weeks, right? These now are in stock in all sizes. And in addition to Spray and Pray shirt being back in stock, we got a new Shadow KTR Motion Raceworks merch drop right here on the Shake and Bake Show. Our new give me $20 on that Shadow shirt. In honor of the Shadow coming back to Indy, if you want to let everybody know in the stands who you're betting with, go to KillingTimeRacing.net, buy us a Smoky Awesome t-shirt, and just let everybody know that you stand with the good guys. And that KTR. Oh, we got hoodies too. Hoodies, t-shirts. Yeah, the hoodies are going to be awesome. The high in Indy is 71 degrees Friday. You don't also want to be warm. You also want to look stylish.
Yes.
It's a good looking shirt. Molly K did a great job on that shirt. I don't know if I think Molly designed that thing, but
Molly does everything.
Molly does pretty much.
Does everything. So, well, there you go. There you have it, Elin. Yeah. I'm super excited. I appreciate you doing. I know how hard you work, and I know all the extra time you have, especially around Indy and prepping for Dallas week.
Yes. So
yes.
We'll be once we get past Indy, we'll be gearing up for the Stampede of Speed. So we got a lot of things going on with that. So, but I'm excited about Drag Race Bracket Bonanza was born publicly at Indy. So this is our 2-year, birthday party, whatever you want to call it. So it's exciting to see, that we're adding something brand new with Pro Mods. So we'll just continue to make.
It was poetic.
It was poetic, and it's going to be just spectacular. Super excited about it, and really appreciate you guys helping us grow Drag Race Bracket Bonanza and everything you guys do to just make drag racing just even cooler.
You're with us forever now. You're stuck.
For sure. Happy
you
to
didn't
be
know
here.
doing that pro race with me meant we do everything together now.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
We are married.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
We have the ugliest work wife on tour.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Everything's fine with that. No one cares. All right. Well, we appreciate you, Elin, as always, and Abby too. We got to give Abby credit because we know she's the Molly in your program and does all the behind the scenes things. She tools us up every week to be able to usually say when I beat these boys, but unfortunately she had to put Lyle on top. So we're going to change that in Indy. Y'all log in, sign up. Let's go play.
Awesome.
I'm coming
You
back.
guys, I'll see you guys in a couple
I'm
days.
making a march. See you.
You're too far gone.
Come back in the countdown.
I'm coming
Come
back.
in the countdown.
Blah blah. Yeah, he's gonna be Eric Enders in the countdown.
I'm about to peak in my shake and bake league at the right time.
Blah
Perfect.
blah. All right, Elin, we appreciate you. We'll see
Thank
you
you,
in a
guys.
couple days.
Thank you, man. That's awesome.
You're all blacked out, buddy. Turn on a dome light or something.
I know. I'm fixing to be at the shop in 3.5 minutes.
Perfect. Okay, well, we'll do a couple of these things. We've got about 10 minutes before everything changes on the Shake and Bake show.
Oh, this is when we get Gary Scelzi on here. We're gonna need the parental advisory if it's not already up.
He said, "Oh my God," we were backstage. He goes, "Oh, you got a glass of wine and everything." I said, "Oh, Gary, I done told you this is a party show." He goes, "Oh, I can say shit and stuff." I said, "Yeah, you can. You can." All right. So your last couple minutes before you're at the shop and we bring Gary on, we don't have any images or anything because life is life. Let's talk about Flying H, which was pretty much a glorified test session streamed on Pro where the stars of the NHRA got to go play. How was it?
So I thought that Flying H race was very well put on. I thought that it was well attended. To get the amount of cars that we had to travel as far as we traveled in the middle of summer, it's a big deal. Flying H is an awesome facility. Scott Higgs and his team did a great job of putting on this event. So when we envisioned this event, it was designed to be originally just a test session for NHRA legal Pro Mod cars. Well, as it grew, we're like, okay, Scott's like, we're going to have a race. We're going to race these things. Well, we ended up with 13 of the baddest quarter-mile door cars in the world at Flying H in August. It was 90 degrees. The weather was challenging, but the race was awesome. Camaraderie was great. Competition was great. If you watch the race, you really got a sneak peek into what I was talking about earlier with who's been playing chess and who's been playing checkers all year. You got to see Justin Bond bring out a Pro Charger car, which everyone said was uncompetitive, obsolete, and could never win around again, and absolutely dominate the performance side of the race. Qualify number one. I mean, he had 500s on our combination. The Joker crushed me in the second round. I'm talking about disrespected me in the second round. That was probably, I can tie that up as my low since the last time, is watching that man drive out of my life at 1,000 foot. So that team is, I'm telling you, it was bad. It was so bad I lifted at 1,000 foot and pulled the chute. That's how bad it was. Our car, Sydney Frigo, could not attend the race. I got the call the week of the race to go drive that thing for him. I really had a blast. We tested very well. We were low ET and top speed of every single run of all 3 days of testing. We broke a transmission in Q1, broke a transmission in Q2, threw the rods out in Q3, I think. And no, threw the rods out in E1. Just had a tough race. But when you talk about a glorified test session, we really learned a lot. And so did everybody else there. You're going to see the 13 cars that came to Flying H. Mason Wright won that race. It was great racing. Raced Derek Menholt in the final. Great race. Mason Wright, Justin Elks, and that team is carrying a tremendous amount of momentum. Menholtz, Justin Bond got outrun on a Donnie Baby hole shot, I think. But everybody there that attended that race, conditions are close to Indy. You're going to see those cars come out and run very well opening round of qualifying Friday night. I thought it was a great event.
And I didn't mean any negativity at all when I said glorified test session, because that's what it was birthed to be, and we wanted to be able to put on a show for that. And people who watched on Flow, it was a different experience. There wasn't all the normal filler that we have, and people stuck it out, and it was okay. And we've got some ideas if we want to do that again. That was the first time we've done something like that where there was only really a couple of headlining classes. So at Flow, we learned a lot as well, and are going to be able to put on those kinds of shows in a different manner as well. So all around, I'm glad that we got to do it, and I appreciate you, Stevie, for helping push that on.
Rarely in top level door slammer racing do you get to spend 5 days at one track and make a lot of runs with, we say no consequence. We were racing for $45,000, but in reality, it was no consequence testing decisions.
Well, it was
Ooh,
everything to
looks
gain,
good.
nothing to lose.
Hey, baby.
There you
Hey,
are.
baby.
Good. You got 3 minutes to get up there and get at your desk.
I'm going to get it, baby. I got it. It's rare that we get to make that many runs in a controlled environment on a really good racetrack and learn what we did. Even the teams that came and did not run particularly well, I guarantee you when they left there, they're ready to go to Indy. Because you've heard me say this a million times. What doesn't work is just as important as what does work. And all those teams that did not come, they're starting behind. And you're going to see it. They think that they are ready to go, but they may not be ready to go.
So that was cool. One other quick thing that we want to talk about before we bring on Gary, the Ignorant Motorsports movement.
Oh my gosh. Do you know how many Ignorant Motorsports t-shirts that I saw at the race this weekend?
I got pictures texted to me too from there. I've seen them everywhere. I get them.
Do we have the Palmer picture loaded?
We have this picture loaded. I'm not sure. Guys, if you haven't ordered this shirt, I didn't know that this was going to be a cult situation because I did not order one of these shirts, but now I have to. It's now a cult situation because anybody who wears it goes and gets their picture with Scott Palmer. Scott Palmer group texts it to us, and now it's a thing. So if you're not getting your picture with Scott Palmer in your Ignorant Motorsports shirt, like, are you even important? The answer is no. So y'all got to go get those. It was a really, really cool thing. I'm trying to pull up. Let me pull up the text that he sent because we should have sent this to Molly. Scott Palmer. But it is Scott Palmer. Lyle. Here we go. He's getting people. Constantly. We've gotten like 15 of these from Scott. Your Ignorant Motorsports shirt. So if you think that we don't care or Scott's not looking at this stuff, like this has become a movement. And if you missed it, we need to go back and repost that, Molly. I think you and I can put that on our list of things to do. But the birth of it was so natural and so organic that we were all just talking about what dumbasses we were. I think that's why it resonates with people. But go get your Ignorant Motorsports shirts. They are still on the website, I believe. Molly, right? I believe. Go get them and let us know or tag us on social media whenever you do wear them. Where'd you go? Welcome to live Shake and Bake. Stevie Fast is setting up his laptop. We have like 3 minutes until we're bringing Gary on. So I guess we just got to wait here and let Stevie get settled. So if you guys have any questions for Gary, I have a whole list of things. I have done my research.
I'm on here twice.
Now hang up the other one. I've done my research when it comes to racetrack stuff. I've done my research talking to Ron Capps, talking to other people in the industry, getting stuff. I was supposed to call Alan Reinhart back today and didn't call him back. I'm sorry, Alan. He had another story. Maybe if he's on here, he can tell us. But if you've got questions for Gary, go ahead and throw them up in there. But we have a lot to talk about in about 40 minutes. And he's been backstage watching. So what do you say we get ahead of this, Stevie, and bring him on early?
Let's do it, baby.
This is something I've been waiting to say. Ladies and fucking gentlemen, Gary motherfucking Scelzi.
Oh my God, I love it.
It's so cool.
Stevie, where in the hell were you going? Jesus Christ, I had to pee twice.
Hey, I was coming from a racetrack like every day, man, every day of my life. We go over there, we try to make some power on the dyno, then we go to the track and it sucks. And then you bring it back and Bob works on it for 80 hours. Then you go back and we're just trying to make some horsepower.
God damn, you didn't even stop for gas.
Hey, I'm running on adrenaline, baby. I don't need it. That thing's like the Back to the Future car runs on bananas and flux capacitors. Stevie Fast runs on Mountain Dew and hopes and dreams.
Oh, God.
So if anybody doesn't know who our guest is today, you should probably just log off. I'm just kidding. Don't log off. We love viewers. But Gary Scelzi, I know you love when we say this, Gary, but when I was a kid and a drag racing fan, Gary Scelzi was the shit. And if you weren't a fan of Gary Scelzi, you were a loser. You were a loser. And you liked the gay stuff. Gary Scelzi was the coolest dude, had the coolest beard. Transition. We're going to talk about your career. We're going to get into some fun stories. But as always, we kind of give like a little bio here. So Gary Scelzi, 43 NHRA wins. We've got 3 Top Fuel World Championships, 1 Funny Car World Championship, became the second human being on the planet of Earth behind Kenny Bernstein to win a world championship in 2 professional categories. That's still to this day a large deal. We're going to get into there. The first to break 325 miles an hour, the first to break 330 miles an hour, all of the things, right? You did all of this in kind of a condensed time schedule too. So I think the first question is, we're going to talk about your entrance. We're going to talk about your exit. But when you normally think Gary Scelzi, you would think that MFer raced for 5 decades, right? You have stories, accolades of somebody who drag raced for a gazillion years, but really went pro in 1997 and retired in 2008. Like, that is a pretty condensed. I didn't really realize that until I was doing research for the show. Like, who the hell fits that much shit in 11 years?
Well, you get with the right people, you make shit happen. And fortunately, I had a ball. And fortunately, I didn't have to make a living doing it, although I did, and I made a very good living at it. But I had Scelzi Enterprises to fall back on. And my 2 boys now race sprint cars. One, Giovanni, my little one, does it for a living. And he has to put up with shit because he has to drive for people. And I mean, I had to put up with shit as well, but I always had Scelzi Enterprise to fall back on. So I knew my kids were going to eat. I knew that, fuck it, I'm going to make a living. So I really didn't need them. And I had a good time. I only had a couple of crew chiefs, Alan Johnson for one, Mike Neff the other. I had Richard Hogan for a little bit. And
those guys have won races.
Yeah, Okinawa. Todd. Okinawa, I call it. What the hell is
Okahara?
Okahara. I'm so used to calling him Okahara or Okinawa.
Well, now you got it all fucked up.
Now I'm telling you, have I been drinking?
How do you have? Well, I
know
have.
you have. I've been watching you.
You did all of this with the most awesome, epic handlebar mustache of all time. Every time I shave my beard when it gets big in the winter, I always shave it in a handlebar for a little bit, trying to be Gary Scelzi, and I can't pull it off. I have pictures of me with what I think is an epic handlebar, and I just can't do it, so I don't ever keep it.
No, you can. Only Gary Scelzi can do that.
No,
But,
I had a great career. I did, and before that, running alcohol, I had a great career doing that too.
Let's kind of go back from the beginning before we get to having too much fun here. Let's go back to the beginning, because the beginning was kind of a morbid, interesting, not so normal start to it. But as we've seen in our sport, those kinds of things create magical situations like it did in your first year over there. But for those of the fans that may be a little younger and may not know what happened, your career started with the unfortunate passing of Blaine Johnson. Talk a little bit about that.
There's a couple called Mike Gordon and Cheryl Gordon, Doug Gordon's mom and dad, alcohol funny car champion. And I was really close with them, raced alcohol together and had a ball. And I was a secret stalker of Alan and Blaine because they raced sand drags and then they went asphalt racing. And Blaine Johnson was a 4-time world champion. And of course, everybody knows who Alan Johnson is. And Mike played golf with him every Wednesday in Pismo and Santa Maria and Paso Robles. And so he always knew the latest shit. So Alan made special clutch levers, and Alan had this going on. Alan had a widget going on. Alan made some special blower rotors. And so I always knew all the latest shit. And I'd watch like a fiend. I'd say, hey, these guys are going to haul ass this weekend. And most of the time they did. And they were beating Bernstein and Prudhomme and Colettas and all these guys with no money, just brains. And Blaine Johnson was a hell of a driver. And they were at Indy, and in a qualifying run, Blaine lost his life. And I was devastated. And I talked to Cheryl Gordon that night or that day and said that Blaine was in a really bad accident. And it really, really upset me personally. And I mean, I was friends with Alan and Blaine, but not best friends. We didn't go out drinking and we didn't go to bars and things like that. And it was kind of like Alan Kawicki winning the world championship in NASCAR and then all of a sudden lost his life. You know, the guy was on his way to getting his brass ring. And that's what we all go for. I mean, I've been a division champion, but never a world champion. And it was really, really devastating for that to happen. And unfortunately, I ended up getting the call, and it was like a match made in heaven.
When something starts like that, there's no denying it's terrible. And all of us that are drag racing fans lived through that. And we've seen a few since then as well, too. But let us into the magic that happened in that first year, because it came out to where you won the world championship in 1997 in that year. And so did it, obviously when you're transitioning and when things like that happen, there's a lot of shit, right, that you've got to get over, you've got to fix, you've got to figure out. But did it feel kind of special and magical how it ended from the start, or what was that journey of that year like?
You know what? Jim Head, ask him about this story. Alan wanted me to come to, well, first of all, I went to the funeral, and it was probably the biggest goddamn funeral I've ever seen in my life. I mean, stars were there, right? I mean, Colettas, Prudhomme, and Bernstein's, you name it, they were there. And there's a place in Napomo called Jocko's. It's a steakhouse. And we were all there, and I got plenty drunk. And I know it's hard for you to imagine that, but I had plenty of adult beverages. And after the funeral, I was going to Napomo to Jocko's to have dinner. And John Rodak and John Cox and everybody that worked on that car, I knew. I was friends with. So when they found out I was going, they all were going. Well, next thing you know, the Johnsons are going. So Everett and Agnes and Pam and Alan and, they're all going there. So we get put in a back room, thank God. And I put on a comedy show from hell. I did everything but stand on the table. I was drunk and I had a ball. And when I got done, I told Alan, I said, hey, if you ever need the car painted, because I painted for 20 years, I said, if you need the wheels polished on the truck, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll wash parts. If you need help, if you decide to go back racing, I'll do it. And he said, I appreciate that. And whatever. And I left. It's no big deal. And about a week later, the phone rings and the girl at the office says, hey, Alan Johnson's on the phone. I said, what? Alan Johnson's on the phone. I said, I only know one Alan Johnson. So I pick up the phone. It's Alan. I figured he was calling to thank me for being a dipshit at Jocko's. And so he's bullshitting with me. And all of a sudden he says, hey, have you ever thought about racing Top Fuel? And I said, only when I'm awake or asleep. Yeah, that's my dream. I've always wanted to run Top Fuel. And he goes, well, I had a handshake agreement with Winston, and you're my first call. I said, you're shitting me. He said, no, you're my first call. I said, give me an hour. I'll call you right back. So I called my mom, my dad, Julie, my wife, my brothers, said, everybody better get their ass over here to the shop right now. I have an emergency. I have to talk to you. I said, Alan Johnson just called me. It's my one chance to be a world champion. And I want you to know that I'm filling in for a guy that lost his life, Blaine. Don Garlis lost his retinas are detached, and he could end up blind. And Daryl Gwynn, he's in a wheelchair. Things could turn out great or things could turn out shitty. But whatever we do, I can't be 3 races into this thing and call home and say, oh, you got to come home and paint truck bodies. And, I mean, it's all or nothing. And I won't make any money. We're going to have to buy some nitro. We're going to have to buy some hotel rooms, some plane tickets. And, I mean, we got to do this thing. It's my chance. And so everybody said, you know what? We're in. And so I called Alan back and said, hey, I'm in. I'm your guy. So he said, all right, I'll call you tomorrow. So he called T. Wayne Robertson. I'll never forget this as long as I live. Called Winston-Salem, talked to T. Wayne Robertson, and T. Wayne said, no, I want a named driver. I don't want him. I want Corey Mack.
No.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
So Alan calls me and said, hey, they don't want you. They want a named driver. They want Corey Mack. I said, well, Alan, thank you for calling me first. You made my life. I mean, that's just knowing that you spotted me and you wanted an alcohol guy to drive the car. And I appreciate that. And he goes, I told him no. I said, are you out of your fucking mind? I said, call him back. Tell him you bumped your head and getting out of the shower this morning and you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and call Corey and go do this thing. And he goes, no. He goes, let's just see how bad they want me. And he goes, right now they got Jim Head and they're not winning and they want to win. So I said, okay. I mean, you got the balls, this family. So go ahead. So he called him back and Wayne said, hey, if you feel this strongly about this guy, least I could do is meet this guy. So next thing you know, I get a first class, and Alan gets a first class plane ticket to Winston-Salem. I've never been first class in my life. I didn't know what they did. At the time they had curtains that they pulled that you don't get to see what the hell goes on there. And here's Alan Johnson. It's like the Beverly Hillbillies. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly. And here we go. We're flying to Winston-Salem. And I smoked for a while and I gained a bunch of weight because I quit. And I went to Men's Warehouse and bought 3 suits. So now I'm going to date myself here. Remember Minnie Pearl had a hat with a price tag on it?
Yeah.
So my suits still had price tags on them. And we go there to Winston-Salem and everybody's talking. You guys have a meeting in a corner office. Like nobody's supposed to know we're there. Everybody knows I'm there, right? Because I mean, this is my break. And so Wayne comes and opens the door and looks at everybody. He says, God damn, Scelzi. He said, aren't you a little overdressed? I looked around and I said, hey, Wayne, everybody here has a job. I don't. And I wasn't going to be underdressed. And he started laughing and walked in his office. And first thing he asked me, he said, you want a drink? It's 9 a.m. So I'm thinking, is this a trick question? Or, if I say yes or no, what do I do? And I said no, obviously. And we sat and talked about Jimmy Spencer and the NASCAR driver. And we just bullshit for an hour. And it come right into this and said, Gary, no offense to you, but Alan, why do you want a no-name driver to drive my race car? And Alan said, well, he wins when he's supposed to win, and he wins when he's not supposed to win, and he's not here for the money. I know I can trust him. I said, okay. And he goes, okay, Scelzi, and don't bullshit me. I mean, he's stern, and don't bullshit me. He says, what do you think, a top 10 finish, maybe a top 5? I said, no, sir. I said, I'm here for one reason and one reason only, and that's win a world championship. So Wayne turned around and he started smiling and said, boys, we got ourselves a deal. It was done right then.
That's so
he said, I mean, I about shit myself right then. He
and
said,
then you did it.
Oh my God. I mean, I am shitting myself right now. I'm in his office, just bullshit like we're bullshitting right now. And he said, it's over. It's done. He said, the only thing is, I got $250,000 worth of die casts that say Camel on them with Jim Head's name on there. And I got to get rid of this shit. He said, so nobody can know that you came here, Gary. I'm going, oh shit. Okay. And cell phones are just invented, right? So my car has wooden wheels on it. So Wayne looks at me and he says, hey, by the way, so you play golf? And I think we're buddies now, right? I said, fuck, no, I don't play golf. I said, who would want to hit a white ball around all this bullshit? No, I don't play golf. He goes, well, I was hoping you did because we don't have any drivers that play golf and we take customers to the races. So I said the wrong answer, right? So I said, I'll tell you what, I'll learn how to play tomorrow. So, I mean, how hard can it be? I play football, basketball, all this shit. I'll learn how to play golf. That ain't going to stop this deal. So we shook hands. It was a done deal. Walk outside the door. I got on a phone and called my wife. I told Julia, I said, we were not in Winston-Salem. You call everybody, you tell them the deal's off. It ain't happening. For whatever reason, this whole thing took shit. It ain't happening. She goes, why? I said, I'll explain later. It ain't happening. And I need some golf clubs. So she went, I'll never forget. She went to Walmart, bought a set of golf clubs for $129. And I had to learn how to play golf. But that's how it all started. And I mean, it was a bitchin' deal. It really was. And he was a great guy. I mean, it was something.
Like the racing nitro funny car back then, racing Top Fuel of anything back then, that was the Wild West, man. Like I was a kid. I wasn't a kid. I had just started racing then, really racing. But like the stories I used to hear about you guys, like you were rowdy back then.
They were true.
Phil Schuler told me a couple, and he said every time you hear about Gary Scelzi probably happened the way.
So let me tell you. So Alan's building a new car for me, right? And Brad Hebman's building a new car and all this shit, and Jim Head's out there at the coast, and Alan wants me to be at their house for a week to learn how this car is built, to help build a car. He goes, Top Fuel cars are like an alcohol car, but they're a lot different. He said, you got to come out here. So, I mean, that was a bus wreck in itself because those guys drink like we drink water. I mean, they're professionals. So we went and played golf. My first round of golf with Alan Johnson was 147. I mean, it was ugly. So Alan told me, look, you're going to have to learn how to play drunk. So when we bet, you could play drunk. You don't have to play sober. And then guys think you're drunk. And then we clean house. We make a bunch of money. Anyway, all week long we stay there. And Friday night we get the last part for this thing. And Jim Head's there and all the guys are there. And we get ready to start the car. And it's like 7 o'clock at night. Cool coast airs come in. I mean, we run 98% at those days, right? Oh, yeah. We put the can. Yeah, they barked. So Alan sits there and he tells me, he goes, look, we're going to start this thing. He said, get in the car. We're going to spin it over. You open both fuel pumps, start on 2 fuel pumps, turn one off. Then I'm going to signal to you, let the clutch off, go forward, go reverse, go off. Then I'm going to go 2 pumps. Then you step off. I mean, all the shit. He goes, you got it? Yeah, I got it. I have no fucking idea what he said. Right? So we get in the car, we start the car, and I froze. I got this mask on. I got headset or earphones on, all this shit. I'm looking at Alan. He's saying, let off the clutch. Let off the, huh? Like what? And Jim Head and all these guys are just on the ground laughing. Anyway, Alan pretty much does everything for me like they do now, like Top Fuel guys. And we get all done, start the car, and they're laughing. This guy's never going to fuck drive this car. He's a fucking loser. And I mean, you ask Jim Head, I guarantee you to this day he thinks I'm a loser. Probably.
Spencer just texted him and told him he should tune in. He's
not far off from this. So I get my truck. I'm driving home. I call Julie, and she goes, "What's wrong?" I said, "She goes, you started?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "You sound depressed." I said, "This thing's a fucking animal. It's banging and popping out. Tell me left. I forgot everything they said. They said, I guarantee Alan's saying right now, this guy's a moron. What am I going to do having him drive the car? He has no clue what's going on." And this guy named Jeff Garvin wrote it down. I have it around here somewhere. It's in Julie laminated it. It tells me 1 pump on, 1 pump off, all the shit. I studied this shit for a week and then went to Bakersfield to test, and it was just like everything fell into place. But my God, what a joke that was. I mean, it was intimidating as hell driving a Top Fuel car. Back then, you did everything. Now, a lot of times the crew chiefs are trimming the pump and doing this shit. That didn't happen with Alan. You drive the car like Blaine did. Blaine did the clutch, bottom end. He did everything. They didn't have an extra crew guy. The driver was a crew guy.
And there's something to be said for that. I was at Rockingham today, and guess who's there scuffing tires to go to Indy this week? Dallas Glenn's there for 8 hours, scuffing tires, working on the car, doing the clutch, drives the car. There's something to be said for that.
Absolutely.
I gotta tell you, Gary, when one of the first things when Spencer got on with Jim Head, one of his things was like his warm-up procedure. He puts one up in the air, he puts two up in the air. That was the thing. And I'm talking to Spencer, are you nervous? Are you whatever? Of course, I would be nervous to drive that bomb. He's like, I just want to make sure I get the warm-up right.
Oh God, I'm telling you, that's the hardest part of the whole deal. And then after you learn, everybody knows how long it takes each person's routine. So to start up, do the burnout, stop, back up, let the clutch out the same amount of time so I don't build too much heat. I don't drag the clutch. I mean, there's a lot of shit to being good at this. I mean, anybody could do it, but do it when there's a problem or do it right is two different things.
Funny story, similar. First time I drove an alcohol car, I'm at Frank Hawley's. Frank comes to me. We'd done the little pre-class. Frank's like, all right, I can kind of tell that you kind of know what you're doing, so I'm going to use you as the guinea pig to warm this car up. I'm like, okay. He's like, do this. He's like, let the clutch out when I tell you, get some wheel speed, push the clutch in, grab the brake, don't tug on the clutch, never shut it off with the magneto switch. I'm going to tell you, hit the fuel pump, shut off, all this stuff. I get in this thing, I let the clutch out, the thing's spinning, I drag the brake, about shut it off. Next thing you know I've screwed the whole thing up, so I hit the kill switch. Frank Hawley was just yelling at me. He's like, what are you doing? I didn't tell you to do any of that. So that's not uncommon what you were talking about. That's awesome.
Oh, God.
Time the fuck out, everyone. Lyle Barnett is here. Gary Scelzi, Lyle Barnett, Gary Scelzi.
Hey, Gary, how's it going?
It's going great.
You don't know me, but as a kid, I watched you on TV all the time.
Everybody's a kid. That's what Stevie said. Stevie said he was still shitting soft.
Hey, I was at Atlanta Dragway, and I was like 4 years old, and I was like, I got to buy me a pack of cigarettes. I was like, that's I go to the convenience store. I was like, I need a pack of Winston's.
Oh, man.
There ain't much change. Stevie's old enough now to shit soft again anyway. So life came full circle. Yeah, never trust a fart there, Gary. Yeah, you're there, man. Oh shit.
See, I was gonna be really upset if Gary didn't get the full shake and bake experience. So now that Lyle's back, this is
here.
Wow, what the hell have you been doing? Have you been at a truck stop chasing a lot at the love?
So we're in fact, if y'all hear in the distance, wow, my fucking water broke. We are due for a baby like literally any minute. So we've been kind of back and forth trying to figure out
if we're gonna have the baby, do the show from inside the delivery room.
Oh man, I didn't know where that was going, but yeah, maybe so. That's probably a good way for me to never. That would probably be my farewell show because I don't know how well you know my wife, but that is definite death.
You would
definitely castration first with like a butter knife, and then I'm done. But no, we're on baby watch right now. So if I have to skedaddle, it's because we're going to have a child, which is cool.
Well, you're being called in for the battle.
Yes.
I'm glad that you're here. So this is already out of control. My cheeks already hurt from laughing. So of course, my mom, Courtney, was 5, and I made her stand in line to get. Yeah, see, that'll make you feel old. I didn't go that far. My mom did, Gary. We've talked about Gary's first year replacing Blaine and all of that, and how that came to fruition, and how he got the gig as he called it himself, no-name driver. So now kind of moving into the latter point of domination, right, of Gary Scelzi's career. So, Gary, you go into this, you win your championships in 97 and 98, 2000. Lean us into like the transition from dragster to funny car. How'd that happen?
Well, the dragster tried to kill me, blowing tires and doing stupid shit. Pardon me?
Would be a good idea after the dragster try to kill you to get a funny car?
It's way safer, right? It has to be.
Sure. Yeah, so, nothing screams, I want to do this like a hogshead right on my nutsack. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. God. You know, it's funny because when I had a bad one at Brainerd, and I hit John Smith, that dropped a valve and blew the thing up in half track and flew across the racetrack, and it was a mess. And I went to Indy to test a new car, because it happened at Brainerd. Went to Indy because everybody used to test at Indy the week before U.S. Nationals. And I sat down with Graham Light and Ray Alley. At that time, they were safety guys. And I said, look, I'm tired of these fucking dragsters blown up. And then they take the wing off, blows tire, takes wing off, you're flying through the air. We need to build some kind of ground effects next to the sides of the driver. So when they hit the guardrail, we have a crush zone. And besides that, if you get over the guardrail, we got these I-beam scoreboards that are 10 feet in, and it's fucking stupid. And I told him just like that. So being Gary Scelzi, Ray Alley and Graham Light said, you know what? If you don't like driving that dragster, there's a long line of people that would. So yeah, you're right. You know what? Fuck you and fuck you. And that's exactly what I told him. Because I didn't really give a shit at the time. Not that I give a shit now, but I definitely didn't give a shit then. I turned around and told Alan Johnson, I went back to the trailer and I said, Alan, I'm going to find a car next year, with or without you. So if you want to run this funny, if you want to run this dragster, because Winston was leaving because of master settlement with the tobacco bullshit, and they were going NASCAR racing. They had to quit drag racing. And so Alan said, okay, no problem. So we really worked good together. I mean, we never raised our voice at each other. I mean, we got along great. And whatever I said was happening, he believed me. And we'd look at the computer and he'd say, well, it doesn't look like it's going to smoke tires. I'm telling you, it's going to fuck smoke tires. And we got along great. You know, I mean, the little jagged lines and all the shit on the drive shaft. And I mean, not that I'm close to illiterate, but, you know, as you can tell with the computer, but we got along great. And so we were going funny car racing. And on the 11th hour, we were supposed to get Pizza Hut, Coca-Cola, and somebody else. It was, anyway, long story. And it all fell through. And like I'm driving Bruce Sarver's car. The car don't fit. We got Toyota. Toyota didn't want to do the whole deal, and it was a mess. We ended up with Whitecap, which thank God they did. And I drove for about 4 or 5 races. We were runner-up at Gainesville, and then after that, Alan and I split the sheets, and Bruce Sarver was the driver of the funny car, and I couldn't drive a funny car. So there was kind of ill feelings between me and Alan, and thank God Don Schumacher called me in to drive Bazemore's car to test, and it's like driving a Rolls Royce. I mean, this thing was a fucking dog, but it hauled ass. I mean, it ran a big mile an hour, did everything, and Alan was trying to run the funny car like a dragster. So, I mean, that clutch was fucking coming in right now, and ran the thing hopped up, and front end was always in the air, and body was a little bit, we ran the spoiler all the way up. So it had no front downforce. I mean, I looked like Ray Charles driving, believe me. So I was hitting shit, and driving Bazemore's funny car was like a Cadillac. And so came down to 11th hour at Pomona, where Oakley was going to go do a deal with me. And next thing you know, I'm out and Scotty's still in. And it was a mess. And then Jim Gennard came and saw me and said, hey, we're going to run 2 funny cars. We're going to run one for Scotty, that Scotty does his own thing, and Gary Scelzi drives for Don Schumacher, and you guys do your own thing. Okay, good with me. And then the rest is history.
Literally.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Being that you were the first to 325 and 330 is what y'all said.
Yeah, in a funny car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Brittany and the gang going 343?
I can't even imagine. After Scott Coletta's demise at Englishtown, and they went to 1,000 foot. I mean, going as fast as they're going now, I mean, it's unheard of. I can't even imagine it, and can't fathom going that quick and that much speed at 1,000 foot, not a quarter mile. I mean, I don't know how you stop it. I really don't.
I didn't expect it to get there that fast. Even when they were 338, we did the 340 at Pro. Like, I think that it took everybody a little bit like, oh, the next milestone will be really hard to get to. It's not now. Like, but what do you think of the progression of it?
Not with Brittany. I mean, well, with Rev Limiters, it shouldn't go that fast. I mean, she'd be going, put cylinders out and be done, but she's not. I mean, Grubnick is just like a freak. He's got this shit figured out. And then Doug Coletta ran 340. So, I mean, now it'll start happening as a regular basis, I think. But I don't know how they're doing it. I really don't. But an alcohol car, we used to shift them at 9,000 RPM. And then they start going to 10. And so I'm sure they're just revving the shit out of them. I mean, I don't know what they're doing now, but I don't follow it as close as I used to because kids race sprint cars and that's what I'm kind of into now. So I don't, I watch racing, but I don't follow it as much.
We're gonna get to your kid stuff here shortly, but we got some more drag racing stuff to handle. I did some research, Gary Scelzi.
Oh, yeah. Never gonna be good.
You don't have to look far for this shit.
I did some research. So I had this idea got planted in my head when I saw you at the Garlett's Hall of Fame banquet this year. So yeah. I've got a picture there. I hadn't seen you in 100 years. And I came up to you and I asked you if you remembered me. And you basically told me I was a fucking idiot for even asking you that.
Yeah, well.
A little bit.
Who was the idiot?
Yeah. So I think, Molly, will you throw that picture up that we've got one of me and Gary from the banquet this year? Do we? Do we not? Is she here? Is she not here?
She was.
There it is. See, look, Gary. There we go. Hey. I tried to find an old one of us because I know I have a million of them because I ran the gum out car and I was red and white. And I told myself and everyone else that we were teammates because you were red and white with the Winston. So we were teammates, right? But that didn't pan out. So what I did was after that, I kind of got this idea and we talked a few months ago and now we've got you on. So I texted a few people for some stories.
Yeah. Here we go.
And the first one I want to put up there, Molly, go ahead. Nurse Gary. Throw Nurse Gary up.
Oh, my God.
That is awesome. This is so awesome.
We've uploaded a bunch of shit to this episode. So, Gary, tell us what the fuck is going on here.
Well, John Force had a pretty bad accident. It was in Dallas, I think, right? When he hit Kenny?
Yep.
Yeah. And so his first time back was at Vegas. So Caps and I decided that I was going to be a nurse. I had balloons for tits. I was looking pretty good myself, except for the mustache. And I put rubber gloves on.
Well, that's not unheard of these days,
No,
mustaches on titty people's kind
you got to be clean, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we went to go visit John in his bus, and I was Nurse Ratchet, I guess. And John made John laugh. That's all that mattered at the time. And I think I was looking pretty good. And do you see those legs?
Throw it up again, Molly.
Pretty nice.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at the tits and how about them legs?
Did you shave?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I wore them off.
What did he do when you walked in?
You know what, Force looks at you weird. I mean, so I when I first started Top Fuel Racing, John welcomed me aboard, right? So I told him these stupid, dirty jokes all the time. So guess what? He looked at me like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, then about halfway through the race, he told everybody in the pits the same joke. So he always comes off as dumb, right? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't get it. I don't get it. But same thing. He looked at me funny, but he loved it. And that's all. At that time, I love John Force. I still to this day. But at that time, we were pretty close. We used to do a lot of shit together. And I remember being summoned to his bus, drinking Miller Lite. He goes, look, remember something. Budweiser sponsors us and spends a lot of money on these deals. So I don't want to piss Bernstein off. We always had Bud Light, even though we drank Miller Lite. And he had a special ice chest under the bus, covered up that nobody knew that's where the Miller Lite was. So, but it was always Budweiser.
So another Force story that Ron Capps told me I should ask you about was the time we landed in LA in Learjet to drop Force off on our way to the Chili Bowl.
Yes. So we were building a go-kart track here in Fresno, and I got Cap showed up and Force showed up, and Del Worsham showed up, and Jared Todd I think was here. I don't remember, but So we had this awards ceremony, and there was an Indian casino that's not far from here. And the guy looked like a homeless person. And he was a chief. This guy had, we call it New York fuck you money, right? How much is it? Fuck you. So this guy looks like a homeless person. And this guy's buying up all John Force shit. He loves John Force. So John comes over to me and goes, God damn it, Scelzi. This guy's, was he broke? He's a homeless guy? How did he get in here? I said, he's an Indian chief. He can buy and sell his whole town. So don't worry about it. He's fine. So anyway, we hop on this Learjet and we're drunk as a skunk. And we're flying Del Worsham and John Force back to LA. So John is smashed. And he jumps on the hood of this Learjet. On the hood, whatever the hood is, he jumps on the top of it. Oh, take me with you, Scelzi Caps. Come on, take me with you. I want to go to Chili Bowl. I want to go to Oklahoma. So that was another mess that John was in, and you can't do that stuff. And I think the FFA and all that was going to get involved. And finally, we got John out of there before he ruined everything for everybody, and we had a good time. But
The
there was
fucking
always
heyday of y'all.
alcohol and Caps and Force, and I was involved. Remember when Force had his show, his reality show? That was another one. We did a limo. It took 4 hours of filming. They got like 10 minutes worth of film. It was because they had to beep it all out. It wasn't like this podcast.
Yeah, no, we're one of the only ones, Gary, and still in the industry that we do what the fuck we want.
Yeah, I don't know if you watch the show. We've had a whole lot of people try to give us a whole lot of money with one stipulation, that we clean this joint up, and I've told every one of them to get out of here.
Yeah.
So when you talk about going drag racing, so like when you told that story, and there's a lot of people that put comments in the deal that their hair stood up on the back of their neck when you told that story about going in there and getting that deal. There's a lot of times where that one decision changes your whole life, right? I remember.
Well, go ahead.
I remember when I got the Bahrain deal. I went over there, and Sheik, same thing. He said, "I want you to drive this car. Like, can you do it?" And I told him, "I guarantee you, if you give me this deal, I'll win you a world championship." Same thing, get the deal. But when you say you had Scelzi Enterprises to follow back, everybody knows Gary Scelzi, race car driver. Tell us a little bit about Scelzi Enterprises. What do you do? How long you been in business? Like, how did that lead you to racing, or were you racing before you did that?
Well, we raced all along. We raced sand rags, and back in the 70s. And Alan Johnson raced sand rags. Mike Gordon raced sand rags. Larry Miner raced sand rags. And then we started Scelzi Enterprises in 1979. I was 18 years old, right out of high school. And my older brother, Mike, he's 14 years older than me. And my older brother, Jim, who's 10 years older than me. I was a tumor. So when my mom told my dad she was pregnant, my dad said, "Oh, it's a tumor. They'll cut it out. You'll be fine." So I made a joke.
I was a tumor.
I was a tumor. I said, "I'm a tumor with arms and legs." So here I am. Anyway, we've been in business 45 years. We manufacture truck bodies. We're probably the largest on the West Coast, and we're moving back east right now. We're starting to move a little bit at a time. We have 5 locations. Brad Hedman built truck bodies, or didn't build them, but he sold them for us. We ended up buying him out about 4 years ago. So we have a place in LaSalle, Colorado, Tacoma, Washington, Fresno, California, Shasta, California, and Riverside, California, and soon to be in Phoenix, Arizona. So we have 500 employees, and we build a lot of truck bodies, dump trucks, water trucks, utility bodies, flatbeds. We do it all.
Damn.
Awesome.
I didn't realize it was that big.
Got one.
Just was checking. My wife come in right now.
Go ahead, Molly. I saw you were doing that. Go ahead and play that video. Gary sent us some videos from earlier today. Go ahead and play that.
Got one of our semis that pulls the 53-foot sprint car trailer. I just finished the shop. Floor's all polished. Lunchroom, parts room, loft for parts, washroom inside. Build new cars. Got a couple of new cars. Got the car we're running. No drag race.
All right, I got shop envy. That's badass.
Yeah, it did turn out really nice. I've always wanted to have a race shop. Now, I always wanted to have a drag race shop, but this is this next best thing.
So anytime you just come to Thompson, Georgia to KTR, and you can have this with me. Me and you need to do at least at minimum a little marketing campaign because we're cut kind of from the same cloth. I don't know if you got me and Lyle and you in the same building, we'd probably have to have the police.
That'd be bad.
No, that'd be really good.
We'd have to have a bar.
Oh, I have one. We got one here. Actually, we have three.
There we go.
That's first thing you built.
Yeah, that's
the rest of it takes shape on its
bar and then put a lot of shop around it.
There you go.
Do y'all obviously with a 53-foot rig, y'all travel a bunch, but do y'all run World of Outlaws type stuff, or like what kind of sprint car stuff are y'all doing?
My youngest son Giovanni run World of Outlaws. He's based out of Iowa. He just left the team he was with, and he's driving for Clausen Marshall, the NOS energy drink. He's running High Limit, which is like World of Outlaw. So he's just finishing off the year, trying to get a deal for next year. He doesn't know what he's going to do just yet.
So funny little connection here, Gary. My full-time job, my real life, I work for Flow Racing. I run
Really?
I do. I run the content department for drag racing, Flow Drag Racing. I was one of their first full-time hires there. And we had a meeting today with all the guys. My team is racing and they do all the high limit stuff. They do all the sprint car stuff. And I told them you were coming on the show tonight, and they were all like, just ate up about it, and told me Gio is driving for Tyler Courtney and all of that, and that he's got a pretty good future there. And everybody at Flow seems to think that Gio's coming back to High Limit next year. So,
well, yeah, I hope so. Dominic, my oldest son, he's 28 years old. That's who's it's Scelzi Brothers, basically. He runs the West Coast in Washington, Oregon. He ran all over the United States as well earlier in his career. But now he just runs West Coast because he has two girls, 4 years old and 5-year-old, my granddaughters, Stella and Giada, and then runs my wife's trucking brokerage business, Red Rose Transportation. And so that's what he does now, but he does it on the weekends, he's running the High Limit right now. He's racing against his brother. And so he's going to Washington tomorrow morning, I think he is. But he's driving somebody else's car.
I think I remember at the Don Garlitz Hall of Fame thing that like Gio's rig or somebody's rig was out back and they were going.
Yes. He stayed. I mean, it went forever that night. And then Gio, Austin Prock introduced me, but those kids grew up together as kids. So in fact, I've got Austin's Top Field Racers behind me and my stuff. Yeah, but Dom's going to Washington. He runs Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. He's driving for Trey Starks, their second car. So our car's staying home right now.
Cheaper that way.
Yeah, I'll make a lot of money this week.
Yeah.
What do you think, and like what's it like of your kids kind of? I know it's a different brand of motorsports, but I mean this shit's in our blood. Drag racing and racing in general, I think, is really odd in a sense of just generational stupidity, if you will, ignorant motorsports. But is that just super cool for you to be able to witness that?
You know what? I don't know shit about sprint car racing, but Daniel Osowski and Tony Stewart got me involved in this shit way back when in the early 80s. And so my kids, there was only junior dragsters at the time. And I felt I could always, junior dragsters, there's nowhere to go around here in Fresno except Bakersfield or Sacramento. And so there's 30 miles away, there's a micro track, junior sprint track, and that's what they started with. So as they got older, they progressed to sprint cars. So that's the way they went. But they love drag racing. I mean, Giovanni said he wouldn't get in a top fuel car or a funny car to save his life, but he wants to do one. And then Dominic, he's over all that shit. He wants to run sprint cars for a little while longer. And then now, dance and all that bullshit's going to be taking place here shortly. So,
Lyle's about to have his first daughter. He's about to understand that.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Let me tell you, grandkids are a second shot at life. because, you know, at the time when the kids were born, my wife raised the kids and I had to make a living, you know, so except drag racing, that was kind of fun and make a living.
Yeah, more so on the fun side.
More so on the fun side. I was doing it.
I actually watched this video. It came back up the other day. So locally, there's Mike Wallace has a driving experience where you can drive dirt cars. I got it as a Christmas gift one year, and I went and drove a sprint car. Obviously, it's got a clapped out, probably some burn up 350 in it, running on about 4 holes. But you get the feel for it, and kind of experience and whatnot. But the video came up the other day when Travis Pastrana drove that sprint car at Vegas. And and you think about all the things that Travis has done, right? He's skydove without a parachute. He's one of the best dirt bike riders to ever exist. Drove a top fuel car, but he nearly did not get in a sprint car. And in fact, the day he went there, he stood up in it and looked around and said, "I will pay everybody for their time, but I don't think I can do this." And and you think like that dude's done some of the way crazier shit than most of us have ever thought about doing. And have you driven one? Like, have you sat in the seat of one and drove around a bunch?
I had a USAC midget that I drove Chili Bowl with Cruise Federer on. I haven't raced one, but I tell everybody I have no talent. There's no way I'm going to run 100 miles an hour, 3 wide, and pull tear-offs.
Right.
I guess the saying is I wouldn't get out of an electric chair to drive a sprint car. So.
Yeah, but I thought it was wild, when you think about somebody like Travis that, looked at that thing and was like, man, I don't think I want to do this, and
he's done everything. He's like Tony Stewart. Is one driving mofo. Yeah. He is nothing bothering him, and he's good at everything. Yeah. That's
when he came into Top Fuel, all the naysayers was like, "Oh, this isn't sprint car. He's not going to be able to drive it." And I told him, I was like, "That man can drive or fly anything."
That's America's wheelman right there.
Right. Well, and we were talking in the pre-show, Gary, about him. You asked about him driving for Elite Motorsports or whatever he was doing, and he drove the Pro Stock car and tested it. And I think selfishly, that's going to bring to light how complicated it is to drive one of those things, and maybe give Pro Stock a little bit more love than it gets. But Erica even said, like, he made a couple of normal mistakes early on, but he was the quickest to fix a mistake that she's ever freaking seen in her life.
Yeah. You know what? Well, like we talked earlier, Pro Stock, I've never driven a Pro Stock. I've never driven Pro Mod, but I know they have no downforce. No. No.
I got a couple of them out there. If you
know what, Stevie, I used to have balls. Now I have raisins. It's a little bit different. Right?
Hey, if you sit in that thing and fire that thing up, they'll go.
Oh, God. But a Pro Stock car, like Tony can drive a race car. I'm not just, it's not blow Tony week, right? But he could drive a fucking race car, any race car. But a Pro Stock car has no downforce, and Tony, when he gets a little bit iffy, will try to drive the car because I think it's natural reaction, and those cars don't steer. So they just kind of float. And I'm sure he's going to do well, but it's going to be a learning experience. Yeah. It's not going to be like Top Fuel car.
You don't want to
Top Fuel car.
Drive one too. You can drive a Pro Stock car. Come on.
Yeah, drive right in the wall.
Yes, but come on.
Yeah. So talking about Pro Stock, Top Fuel. All right, this is Indy Week. It's the big go. What do you think about Indy now, today's day racing versus a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago when you were racing? Is it the mystique still there? How awesome was it racing it? You got any cool Indy stories?
You know what? Indy is the biggest drag race anywhere to me. That is Knoxville Nationals and sprint cars. It's the shit. And I don't know that younger drivers understand that they used to have 64 Top Fuel cars and all the shit. If you were somebody like when I had an alcohol car and I went back there to run alcohol, it was West Coast Finest, meets East Coast Finest, which was Bill Walsh at the time. And I ran really good, out here, but it was a big deal. And Indy is Indy. And thank God I won it one year. I beat Mike Dunn in the final. We both smoked tires, and I pedaled it. And I was interviewed with Steve Evans, and the fucking battery went dead on the interview. And I was ready to go. I was John Force Jr. But Indy is like, it's no other. And I don't know that people appreciate Indy, the meaning and mystique that's behind it. To me, it is, if you won Indy, you're a badass, even if you didn't win a world championship.
It is still that way, I will say, because there's people like Chris McGahey, you got Clay Milliken, who have won Indy, and they get to say it every year.
And they understand.
They do. And I told with Spencer, his rookie year, all the things, the big things that can happen. It doesn't matter what happens in the rest of your career. Lyle, I was there the day you won Indy, right? That's a big deal, and it doesn't matter what else you do. And I do appreciate what you just said about the car count and what it used to be, because we are seeing a bigger car count for Indy as of right now, but there's been a struggle with Top Fuel Dragster, all the things. Each class has their ebb and flow of car count situations that are going on. But back in the day, I remember being a fan of when Bob Glidden was running Pro Stock, and there would be 45 cars in Pro Stock.
Yes.
That kind of shit, the vibe of it still lingers. It's weird when you're there, the feeling of that still lingers without the actuality of that happening, which might be weird, or I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but it's weird because it lingers without the fact of that still being the fact, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's so hard for me to go to a drag race now, because a few of the guys like Caps is I love Ron Caps. He's always going to be one of my favorites. I talk to Chad Head, probably on a weekly basis, just to see what's going on. I love Doug Coletta. I love Sean Langdon. Your sister is fucking the shit. But there's only so many people that I know that I cheer for, but I don't follow and I don't go to the race because they're working. They're fucking trying to win a race. They don't need some dipshit old fuck running around saying,
fuck
hey,
you.
Fuck
you. You come hang out in our pit. You'd be the fucking man.
But it's just, I don't know. It's hard for me to watch and not be able to do it.
Yeah.
Anymore, And now I would suck at it, but I admire, where in the fuck do they get these reaction times? Where does this Justin Ashley come from? Jesus Christ. And Austin Prock. Austin looked like he was born in a fucking Top Fuel car and a funny car. They're not that easy to drive. I guarantee you, I've never driven Pro Stock or Pro Mod, but I guarantee you they are not easy to drive. Not drive good, right? And not even drive shitty. Let's face it, they're badass.
Yeah, you can't drive them shitty very long, or they get real shitty real quick. You don't just get to go out there and drive them shitty.
What would it take to get you not driving, just back out there being one of our guests of honor?
You know what? I might go to Pomona, but I don't need to be a guest of honor. I don't need to be.
Well, to us, maybe not to the world, but I would love to have you step foot in our pit.
Maybe Pomona.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Unnecessary pressure here, but Pomona's my birthday, and you better do it for my birthday. I'm going to guilt you. I'm going to girl guilt you. You better come.
Do I have to dance? I'll give you some dollar bills. I'll give you dollar bills and shit. I'll start moving around.
Oh, okay, Gary.
Just bring
your language right now.
There you go.
Talking to me, Gary.
Oh God.
You bring those balloon titties and those smooth legs. You'd be right in the mix up in there, dog.
I'm a sure thing. I never get a headache, and I don't just lay there. Okay. So just so you guys know.
This is the greatest
show
ever. But before we get too out of hand here and keep you too much longer, I do want to real quick get your thoughts, because you were a part of it before. I want to get your thoughts on the countdown and the regular season champion and the new structure of drag racing.
You know what? I kind of like it. I really do. I like the idea that you're getting credit for winning to the countdown. That those guys are getting recognized for that. Before you didn't, and then you race to the end. And you know what? You were talking about strategy and all that stuff. And I know an important thing in Top Fuel and Funny Car, because I don't know shit about Pro Stock and Pro Mod and all the rest, but clutch discs were always critical. And when you get a good batch of clutch discs that wear right and control the car right, you're fucking deadly. Mm-hmm. And if guys been sitting on shit for a while and they know what they're going to do for the countdown, and I think Alan Johnson is one of those guys, stand back. And I'm sure Grubby, he's been around long enough to know what's going on. And Ashley's deal, Green, he knows. He's been around since a baby. And shit, these guys know what's going on. So I would say that clutch discs and Top Fuel could be a factor. And I like it. I do. I think countdown, you have another shot at making shit happen.
All right.
Very unrelated before we move too far along. When you were talking about what you were just talking about in the pits and dancing and whatnot, does it maybe reminisce to this?
You and Lyle. You think you pulled it off better or Lyle? That's poison ivy.
I don't look that good in green.
Neither does he. That's AI.
Oh, yeah. That's Lyle Sweeney.
Hey, you know what? I love those chesticles. Those are nice chesticles.
Yeah, I was gonna say those aren't balloons there, Gary. That's real deal sex appeal.
That's the meat of the potato right there.
Yeah, you damn right.
Those two fuckers ain't got meat nor potato. Come on now. Not those. Not those pictures.
Oh God.
I think one more quick thing we had an asset for that we haven't covered yet. Molly, where was it? The bulldozers.
Oh, I heard the rumor that John Ford's drag race bulldozers.
Yes, it's Sonoma. And notice he's ahead. That's me over there in the right lane.
Ahead. Yep.
So I had Everett Johnson was helping me because I had no idea what I was doing. I was going to knock the walls down. But yes, we did. We had a great time doing that. And I thought you were going to bring up the Ron Capps thing with a rickshaw at Brainerd.
No, I don't have nothing on that.
Oh, God. That's somewhere there's photos of that, too. But the zoo was definitely incredible. So I was warned the first time at the zoo, whatever you do, don't drink whatever they give you. Unless it has a lid that's not been cracked. Don't drink whatever they give you. You may not wake up till next year. So
I told Spencer had never been to the zoo before. And I told him the rickshaw races, when I was younger and could drink a lot more than I did, I would fuck up the rickshaw races because I'm a gosh damn athlete. I would fuck it up. I would be the one running with it, all the things. They didn't have them this year. Well, maybe they did. Not in the normal spot. They've been in the same spot for 20 years. They weren't freaking there.
You know what? I won. I beat Capps. Capps almost laid his head open. I mean, he hit the side of a pickup. And Ron had to be the horse to run down the rickshaw at Pomona because he lost. And that was
no.
Oh, God, it was good. Capps can tell some stories that I'm not sure the statute of limitations are over right now.
He said the exact same thing. He said, Courtney, I can only tell you a couple of things.
Oh, my God. We might have to do time for that. I'm not sure.
We may need
car stories. Session. And you know what's really bad? Courtney, they're all true. I mean, that was really bad. It's true shit. Flying, breaking it in half. I mean, we had a few times.
My favorite part of the Don Garlitz banquet was all of us waited all night. We would have left if Gary wasn't the last one. They did a very good job of making Gary be the last one because it was hours and hours and hours. There it is. Right. Look at Austin dying. So for the first about 20 minutes, Gary would start to tell a story and he'd go, can't tell that. He'd start to tell another story. He'd go, can't tell that. So for 10 minutes, it was him finding a story he could actually tell.
Filing through the Rolodex for something that's not going to get you prosecuted.
Let me tell you a story about Austin and Thomas Prock and my kids, right? We were at Indy at the U.S. Nationals, right? And Kenny Bernstein, everybody had their own T-shirt trailers, right? And Kenny, the king of speed and all the shit. So Austin, Thomas, Dominic, and Giovanni are sitting on right by their trailer, and they're having new titanium valves signed, new blower belt signed. I mean, these kids are making money like hand over fist. So they're going to the trailers, taking this shit out. Brand new shit. They're having signed. So people come by and say, hey, can you get John Force to sign this? Yep. Can you get Mike Dennis to sign this? How about Gary Scelzi? How about whatever? Yeah, we'll be right back. Come back. I go in the motorhome, and they got $20 bills stacked like a drug deal. There's shit everywhere. So finally, one of the NHRA officials come over and said, hey, Scelzi, come here. So what do they do now? I mean, we always do the shit happen before it happened, and they were just little shits. And they said Bernstein's guys bitching because they're outselling all the T-shirt trailers because they're getting brand new shit. I mean, they're selling brand new tie valves, brand new this, brand new everything. It was hilarious because they go, they have the run of the land, and
they still do.
Yeah, they still do. And Austin was just here not very long ago watching Gio run, and I mean, they stay together. They're friends, and Austin, or Thomas, and then Jill and Jimmy. I mean, they're like their West Coast or East Coast family. I mean, they're just still tight, which is, if we've done nothing else right, the kids are still best friends.
That's awesome.
Do we want to do indie picks?
Yes.
With Gary Scelzi.
Stay on for indie picks.
Sure.
You got a couple more minutes?
Yeah, just a couple minutes. We'll make it smoky and fast.
All right.
So we're going to make every show. We always pick the upcoming race. Well, the U.S. Nationals is a special race. So our picks carry a little more weight. So if you'll go on and pick with us, that'd be awesome.
Okay. You ready? I already know.
All right.
Oh, he's ready. I still don't know, but I'm ready.
What class you want to start with? Purple Teeth?
Let's start from the bottom up. Let's go bikes first.
All right, bikes. Who you got, Gary?
He's like, I don't care.
I'm going to say Angie.
That's what I was going to pick.
Angie Smith?
Angie on the bike. Pro Stock, Erica. Funny Car, Ron Caps. And Top Fuel, Doug Coletta.
Ooh-wee.
That's pretty solid.
That's pretty.
Are you writing these down, Stevie?
I am.
Okay. Bob Barnett, we're going in order. You go next, buddy.
I mean, I hate to pick him.
No, you don't. Pick him. He's going to win.
But, Gage is just freaking Iron Man.
He is.
And he tends to rise to the occasion and most of those guys can, but that kid's just good. So I'm going to take my boy Gage. God, I hate to pick a KB car, but
what now?
They've ran really good all year, and there's no denying it. And I think he's due. I mean, he's already won a bunch this year, but I think this is probably his year to win a championship, and I'm going to take Dallas in Pro Stock. I think he's racing with.
I can't hate it.
He's racing with a purpose. He wants to. I mean, I know Greg's his teammate and his advisor,
but Greg
whatever.
He took it from him last year.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I think Dallas is racing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. And I'll take Dallas. In Funny Car, I think I may be out of picks for him, but god dang, man, Proc Rocket's probably going to ease up in there and do Proc Rocket things. So I'll take Austin there. And what's the weather looking like there?
Good and mid
on Friday, 73 on Saturday, 77, and then 80. Awesome weather, no rain.
Yeah.
Not a hot racetrack. You were going to go Clay, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Just because him and Jimmo tend to do really good when stuff doesn't go the right way when that's concerned. But if it's going to be good, and not that Clay and them can't do it, there's just so many out there that are freaking really good when it's good.
And it's tough to go back to back there.
It is. I would like to pick Justin Ashley, but they've struggled some. And somebody that's hot and tends to do it when they need to is Langdon. And I'm going to go with my boy, the Sean Langdon.
Langdon.
All right. Pick Pro Mod, Lyle, before we're going around. We got Pro Mod.
Yeah, Pro Mod.
Because they're hot right now and fresh off of a win, my former team, Mason Wright and Justin Elk's going to win Indy.
They are running awesome.
Badass.
Gary, who you got for Pro Mod?
Yeah, I have no idea. Pick one.
Say Stevie Fast Jackson.
That's right. You are running, huh? With a new car?
My old car. Old crippled guy coming out of retirement with my old new car. My car.
Have you made any hits yet?
I did make a couple hits with it.
And everything's good?
Didn't catch on fire. Didn't run over a Christmas tree or hit a Crown Victoria.
What more can we ask for?
That's all I need right there.
Gary, to just lead you in on this, he did, in fact, hit an actual Christmas tree, not the kind on the racetrack, an actual Christmas tree and a Crown Vic.
Well, then I know I'm going with Stevie.
in the middle of a race, like about 45 minutes before a round.
He took it off property to break in tires or some shit, and they were doing a content piece, and he hit a fucking Christmas tree in the middle of the
gosh.
And a Crown Vic.
And a Crown Vic. 45 minutes before.
And then came back, duct taped it, had the perfect color duct taped it, and went racing again.
And won.
Perfect. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing.
That's some Gary Scelzi like and shit.
That's called effort.
Yep.
Or stupidity. Greatness or stupidity.
Ignorant motorsports racing.
I like effort.
Yeah, we've put an effort. All right, I got Angie too. I've picked her like the last 4 or 5 times. She's gonna win. Erica, definitely. I'm just staying with that one until I quit racing. I'm going with Spencer because it's going to be a fairy tale to win Indy for his first race. Top Fuel, golly,
dude, it's so tight.
I mean, it's how do you bet against Alan Johnson and Doug Coletta, right? And then you got Antron that's due. Clay's running good; he's right there to get it. Brittany's hauling ass. Langdon's hauling ass. I don't know.
Quit bullshit and pick one.
I'm gonna go with my man Clay.
Okay.
And then Pro Mod, I'm picking myself because I don't give a shit.
Because that's what you
There you go.
I like that.
I like it.
If you don't bet on yourself, you suck.
I used to pick myself all the time.
Okay.
Who you got there, Wano?
I'm going Braden Davis in bikes.
I don't dislike that.
Braden Davis is back. They need that bike to win. He needs funding. He is a fucking rider.
The dude can ride.
Braden Davis, I'm going his rookie Indy. It's going to be fairy tale. He's winning. I'm going Eric Enders because I saw the look in her face last week, and you ain't fucking with that. I'm going at the risk of getting this beautiful ring taken off my finger I just got given to me. I'm just kidding. I'm going Spencer Hyde because of the momentum they've had. They've had 2 finals, couple of semis. Magic happens in Indy. Jim Head
wins Indy all the time.
Jim Head wins Indy. He said every 13 years he's due for it. Guess what? It's been more than 13 years.
There you go.
Indy with Spencer Hyde. And in Top Fuel, till the end of the fucking countdown, I'm going with Sean Langdon. Sean Langdon is angry. He's a good driver, and he's going to win that.
Good. He's good.
And he's pissed off. I love a pissed off Sean Langdon.
It is good.
It's
Pick
good.
Pro modified.
JR Gray.
God bless.
I know it. Fuck you, Lyle.
I just want to know if you want to get in your pocket.
Fuck both of you.
But that's not an answer. You want to get in your pocket. You got any money in your pocket?
Yeah.
I didn't say this Spencer having money in his pocket.
I was going to go Mason Wright. I really was because Justin
Mason and Justin Elks are hauling ass.
They are hauling ass, but I wanted to make it different and controversial, and I wanted to get Lyle's panties in a wad.
He loves Lyle so much, but she loves pissing off.
Gary, I love pissing these 2 fuckers off.
I can't hardly believe that.
I know. But when you know, I was a sweet little girl.
Yes, a little Disney girl.
That is not true. That is
Courtney's got the biggest metaphoric pecker you've ever seen.
I do it.
I've seen you in the zoo. I've seen you in the zoo. There was nothing metaphoric or non-metaphorically girly about that.
Nothing.
A little baby elephant.
That's right, baby.
Like if it wasn't frowned upon by social media and the general public, I would punch Courtney Enders right in the face.
Lyle Barnett.
I would.
Hey, every single day, I want all the
Clean
shake
up.
makers to know. Every day, Lyle Barnett sends me an Instagram reel that is a very creative way that ends with someone doing this. Every day. Every single day.
The love and hatred on the Shake and Bake show is real.
It is.
He's the brother I never fucking asked for.
Yeah, you fucking got me.
Oh, yeah, I do have a brother, but he's nice. You're not. So, anyway.
All right.
Well, there it is. Our indie picks are in.
All right, we got one more question.
Okay.
See, this isn't fair because he's from California.
Fuck you, Lyle. Didn't
Go
you
ahead.
ask him?
Lyle, shut the hell up.
No,
Okay.
I'm not asking.
So I call up somebody I know that's got a Learjet 45. I smoke that thing out over there to the West Coast. I pick you up. I talk you into drinking some bourbon with me. We're going to get on that thing. We're going to Indy. We're hanging out in the pits, spending time, having fun. You got big fake tits. Lyle shaved his leg. He's lining me up on the starting line. We get out there. We crush the field, smash everybody, win the race, set the ET record, derail the whole championship. We're tired. We've been hammered all day. We leave the track. We got to go to dinner. We're hungry. We go to a restaurant. The only place that's open at this time is the Mexican joint. So we go there, and they're having a special on fajitas, and they're steamy, and they come out, and they smell glorious. I want to know, do you or do you not eat the fajitas?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You lose, Lyle. Everybody loves fajitas.
Yes.
For context, Gary, Lyle Barnett thinks that the way that fajitas served are stupid and that fajitas are gay and no one should eat them.
I think people
I do.
But really, it makes his beard smell funny, and then his wife
Well,
bitches.
you know, one person gets a steaming pile of fucking garbage fajitas in a Mexican restaurant, and everybody in there in that time period leaves smelling like Mexican asshole, right? Like that's just the way it is. You know, it comes out of the kitchen. They've done all this bunghole. They've done all this bullshit to make them steam, pop, and sizzle. And you know, you got to finish cooking them when they get to the table. You didn't go to the restaurant and pay somebody else to cook it. I'm gonna pay them to bring it to me and let me fucking cook it. And that's
remember, I'm from Fresno, which nut jobs are in LA, nut jobs are in fucking Frisco and Sacramento, and I am farmland. And grape pickers and Mexican food is where it's at right here.
And you love fajitas, don't you, Gary?
Absolutely.
Especially when they're exceptionally steamy, like a volcano of
I got a place called Castillo's. If you guys ever come here, we're going to go there, and that's the real shit right there.
And Lyle Barnett, you're going to eat the fucking fajitas, you big
no, man, I'm getting fucking tacos.
Lyle's in denial. Lyle's in denial because we're 53 wins for fajitas, and he's got 2 wins for no fajitas. No, he's got 2. He got 2. One was by accident.
You know who didn't like fajitas? The only like super cool guest we had that didn't like fajitas was Scotty Cannon.
No way.
He didn't like fajitas either, but I think he felt bad for Lyle.
But either he felt bad for Lyle or Scotty grew up with a family that owns a restaurant. He just might be over it.
No, here in the Southeast, we grew up on tomato sandwiches and stuff like that. We don't look when Mama cooks the food, it's cooked in the kitchen, not at the fucking table. Okay, leave that shit in there.
You're just mad because your beard smells like Mexican.
I mean, you go to a Mexican restaurant like what is it, Melting Pot? You know, oh yeah, bring me my uncooked food. I'll cook it right here for the next 30 minutes. Make everybody smell like shit in here. You know, my saying is that people that order steaming plates of fajitas did not get enough attention as a child. You're getting it there. Go to Castellanos or wherever the fuck you just talked about.
You're just mad because you're the guy. You're telling all the stories. You got the beard. You're a cool guy. And then when the fajitas come to the table, no one else pays attention to you.
I get up and leave.
You're mad.
Yeah, I am.
And we did, when there was a rain delay or something. Where were we? Doesn't matter. Bradenton. We ordered fajitas just for Lyle. Paid the $80 for a plate of fajitas. He, without thinking, Gary, took a freaking, I think it was a Sprite. I don't even think it was a water. ruined the whole fucking plate of fajitas. Poured the water on
Oh
them.
my God.
The waiter
I
made
mean,
him
once
take
the steam was gone, I ate some of it, but I'm not. You're not. Fuck that. No.
Oh God.
Let the record reflect. Gary Scelzi likes fajitas.
I've
Yes,
got
I do.
53-2.
I'll give him a pass because he has a little bit of weight of manhood on his chin.
There you
what I
go.
mean? Like he's got a little bit.
You know what? I dyed all gray because it would be jet black if I didn't,
Right.
Remember that. I get it just for men sponsorship.
Go back to jet black and bring me those handlebars back.
There you go.
Fucking awesome.
There you go.
If and when Spencer Hyde wins his first funny car race, I think he should shave a Gary Scelzi handlebar.
Absolutely.
Oh,
There you go.
I can do it.
There you go. You can pull that shit
If
off.
Spencer Hyde wins Indy, we're shaving a Gary Scelzi fucking stash.
There
I
you go.
will be there when that happens. So, like, we're going to do it. I should get to do it. Huh?
I'll be watching.
Shave it.
Tell Jim to go into Indy with one hand tied behind his back. Don't fucking use two hands.
You gotta tell Dave. Jim's brass ring every time. Dave keeps him calm down. We'll get there.
All right. No doubt in my mind.
Speaking of that, I have a favorite saying in the shop every time somebody talks about blowing something up. If anybody's around and somebody says engines don't run on aluminum, Phil Schuler will say, bullshit, tell that to Austin Cole. He won 16 championships running that son of a bitch on aluminum.
Yes, he did.
Always a way to win.
Yes, he did. Yep.
Gosh damn it. This has been one of my favorite fucking hours of life.
20 cars and tractors and stuff.
I just kind of want Spencer Hyde to have a Gary Scelzi mustache.
I bet you do.
What's our limitation on how long that has to be there? Are we
Till
talking
he
about 7
Till
days,
he wins again.
30 days?
No, you
Well,
do it till you win again.
Let's all calm down. We're going to get married sometime in the spring, so everybody calm the fuck down.
It's just 30 days. It's fine.
Listen.
Because he's going to have a weird looking tan. You want him to fill in and look good with the handlebar 30 days.
Let me tell you, if he wins Indy, he'll have that fucker at Pomona. Again. And like Pat Austin used to do, he don't change his underwear either.
No. We need to find
Underwear.
a little more dollar
Sorry,
bills
Courtney.
to make it to Pomona. But
He's
either way.
going commando from here on out.
Spencer is going to be in the wedding photo with the
Oh
handlebar.
my God.
baby.
If that's in the wedding photo, I have to fly Gary Scelzi to it.
We'll get
I'm on
ChatGPT to
I'm on it.
Oh my Lord.
I'll be there.
My whole life is just flashed in front of my eyes.
And I'll bring my own tits. I'll bring my own tits.
Molly,
Yes.
Molly, after the show, remind me that I have had a really good idea about Lyle, and I'll know what you're talking about. I
Great.
need you to do something for me.
Great. Well, we have kept the legend, the fucking man, the tits himself, the shaved legs, the mustachios
And
of all
Come
time.
up with tits in the pits.
There you go.
Tits racing. We have kept you on here longer than we anticipated. I really appreciate you. I texted you about a month ago about this. We've been waiting. This has been awesome. Pre-Indy was the only way this was going to be as epic as it was. And I really appreciate you taking the time to come on.
Well, it was my pleasure. And Lyle,
Yeah.
good luck changing them shitty diapers.
Thanks, man.
All
I
right,
appreciate it.
I want you like this next time I see you.
Yeah.
There you
Same way I eat fajitas. Yeah.
There you go.
Same thing. Plate of fajitas, fucking shitty baby diaper.
There
Same
you
thing to me.
go.
Same thing to me. Both belong in the trash. Anyway.
There you go.
Is
I'm going to
it,
get fajitas right now.
is it safe to say that Gary Scelzi is now a shake and baker?
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah.
hell yeah.
All right, you guys. Love you. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks,
Thank
Gary.
you, Gary.
All
Love
right.
you, man.
Take care.
Oh
That's
my
That's so
God.
awesome. That's our
Wild,
people.
man.
I have been a Gary Scelzi fan for so long. When Courtney called me and said that we got him as a guest, I was like, no way, you're lying. That's so cool.
I will say I haven't brought a lot to the table, but I even told Spencer this today. I said the fucking legendary epic guest of Gary Scelzi, I've brought that to the table.
I wonder if I can grow a handlebar by Friday.
Dude,
Get a
this
couple. I
guy,
wonder if I can get it stuck in
we
there.
could have gone.
Oh,
I have
Fake hair. How do they do that? Can I get some? Can I go to the salon and get some?
I'm
no,
going to Alvaro tomorrow. I can get him.
do not until you win.
You should do it before you win. I'm just saying.
Work for Hagen. Just saying.
I mean, how bad do you want him to win?
Fuck you, Stevie.
I'm just saying, if he doesn't win, I'm going to say, hey, we had a good plan and you screwed it up.
Okay, fucking do whatever you want.
Go do it right now.
You heard it here.
Shake on it. Shake on it.
If I can get a handlebar implant by Friday, I'll match you.
Oh, I could really take this.
Well, I just trimmed up. I'm not there. It was 2 weeks ago. I already had it.
Why?
Because I'm going racing this week and I got to be high and tight. I'm going to be looking good in the winter circle.
Wow.
I'm going to be looking bushy and it's hot.
Okay, but you just told Spencer he's gonna win funny car with a fucking handlebar.
He's already got facial hair. He's actually lightening up to get the handlebar. He's going faster.
The pound less.
Pound less. There's 2 pounds of hair on a human body.
Yeah, but when you shave that pound off, you gain 5 right there in sack area. You know, when you walk around with a handlebar mustache on, you got it.
The weight of manhood gets
you got a
bigger.
sack of nuts down there.
That's true.
I'll drag that on the reverser.
Perfect.
Sexy.
Weird.
We got a couple of quick things. I know we went long. We knew we were going to. That's Gary motherfucking Scelzi. That's what you do. There was probably 10 or 12 other bullet points that we could have brought up. That man can tell stories.
Man, I love it.
Like you cannot believe. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Honestly, what would be really cool would be to have like him and Ron Capps on at the same time.
Yeah, and just put those two up there, and we
and
just
us
sit
mute.
back.
Shut up.
Yes.
And Palmer.
Oh.
But
I don't know that we should put that public though. That's like an after hours.
with all those guys. Like he's
Yeah.
original.
Capps did. I sent him a text a couple of days ago. I'm like, hey, we're having Scelzi on Shake and Bake. His first response was, oh, fuck. And then I said, give me some, just prompt me. You don't have to tell me anything. Just prompt me a few things. And he sent me a few and he said, Courtney, there's a lot I can't send you.
That's what we're going to do. That's a good idea. We're going to do some badass show like that just for subscribers.
Yes.
That's a great idea. All the people that watch it can't get to subscribe to the channel. We're going to do something badass.
I would pay to be the host.
I'm going to give away like $100,000 on that deal.
Dude, that'd be insane. So there was a lot more where that came from. We had so much more, but very, very cool to have Gary on. But wait, hold on. Where is
Also, if you did not tune into the show earlier, Spray and Pray shirts are back in stock. Give me $20 on that. Shadow t-shirts and hoodies are in stock. I don't know if we have any Ignorant Motorsports shirts left. Do we?
Yeah, I believe so because we did it with that with our distributor that was just.
So if you haven't got your Ignorant Motorsports shirt, it's a cult. You want to get them.
I also want to bring up, are we still doing the Team CE, Team Lyle, Team whatever? I think as we get closer to the holidays, because I have my design almost done.
I thought you were going to say I have my boobs out. You're like, I have my design almost done.
Speaking of my designs almost done, though, my shirt, W, it is a motocross wheel company. They are the ones doing my design for me. I have my design almost done.
Yourself, you got to get someone else to do it for you.
Mine's really close too, and it's
okay. So like, we haven't talked about this off air. I feel like this should be kind of a holiday thing. Like
post racing.
Yeah, we release it Pomona.
When is
and
that?
then we do through Black Friday, Christmas. You can buy it, all the things, and then like Jan 1, we decide who the favorite shake and baker is.
All right, I want to say this before we go. I almost said it earlier, but I don't want to like take up time. When you hear people waxing nostalgia about like Indy when they're 64, fuel cars, and those being 60 pro stock cars, and that's the glory days of that and all that. It makes me just realize that we are living in the glory days of pro modified right now.
We are.
In 20 years, people will talk about how there was 65 pro mods, 68 pro mods, 80 pro mods at one time.
He said that when Scelzi said what he said. He goes, "That's World Series of Pro Mod with 80
this year."
Yep, 83. Like they will talk about when I'm old and Lyle's beard's gray and is shaved off. They'll be talking about how that was the glory days of pro mod. It's pretty cool.
True. We are living in them.
So crazy. Crazy.
So the only other things we had on our deal, we talked about Bristol recap. That sucked. Blah, blah. Rain, heat stroke. Big Jake, was there anything you want to talk about, Lyle, since you missed the first half of the show with your 275?
I mean, I'm still on baby watch as to whether I'll be able to make it or not. obviously that's most important. Make sure mama's good and baby's good. I would expect we have a baby in the next couple of days. So we'll just have to see. There's no guarantee I'm going to make it. I hope so, because the car is really fast. And I feel like we could go there and win it, but I got to take care of what's here. So we'll see. I don't know yet. Don't know if I'm going or not.
Oh, we forgot to hit on this.
Fuck.
Whether you like it or don't like it, that's a big. I think
It sucks. Like, there's nothing good about that, right?
No.
Like, we can talk all the shit we want. That brought millions of eyes to the sport. Those guys, and yes, I know that it was. You can say it was handed to them or whatever with the show and whatnot, but they worked really hard, created a brand around themselves, and did a lot for the sport. And I just hope that there's something. Those guys have made a good enough name, like Kai and some others, to come out in pro mod and other things and make it happen. But that sucks.
It said a lot to me about what the organization thinks about its competitors that the stars had no idea was coming. That's pretty rough.
Yep.
I would presume by some things that I saw, there's a new home for it and it will work itself out. But yeah, that was pretty wild.
I know it does find one that'll be good.
Yeah. It got quite a lot of traction.
Yep. Yep.
Well, friends, I'm glad you got to come on, Lyle. I was going to be upset if you missed Scelzi.
Me too.
I got here.
You did great.
I got here. Will y'all be good?
This was no show to miss.
When are y'all getting to Indianapolis?
Friday morning.
Oh,
Friday. I know you won't be there. Friday morning. I get there Friday morning too.
Friday morning.
I have to work the next 2 days because all I've done is work on my car for like the last. I'm like Noah, like 40 days and 40 nights.
You get the honky rocket back?
Not yet, man. I'm going crazy.
Out of airplanes.
Oh my God, I'm going crazy. Somebody called me yesterday and wanted to buy it. And like we just started talking about it. And after I talked for 30 minutes about how awesome it was and I didn't want to sell it, and he never got to ask any questions, he's like, I don't think you want to sell that plane. I was like, probably not. No, it's still getting updated, but I'm going crazy. Going crazy. I am going to buy another airplane, but I have no money because I have a Shadow Pro Mod out there just eating every single penny that KTR makes. But I need a spare plane. Just got to have one. It's going to be like one of them ultralights where you sit on the lawnmower and fly it around.
That's basically what your honky rocket is.
Oh, Jesus.
More airplane than I've got.
As I'm going through comments here, just quickly, NHRA 2026 schedule should be released Thursday or Friday of this week. Maybe Flo can give MPK home. We would love that. Jeff Lutz losing his motorhome to the drunk driver on the road. It was a tough week for random shit in motorsports.
Thank you, Pro Stock. Appreciate it.
Good luck this weekend, sir. There you go. Blah blah. Yellow bullet picks. I wouldn't even know. I think that that's awesome and necessary and all the things, but we don't even fucking have time to get into that.
No. I've been awake since 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm tired.
Well, this was absolutely, dare I say the word epic, but it was because Gary Scelzi is the gosh damn man.
I agree.
And this is why we wait months and months and months before we have guests like this, because you can't just outdo the next one. Yeah. There's no outdoing that. You just start adding them to like your repertoire. There's no outdoing it. But we do love hearing, thank you.
Thank you.
We do love hearing who you guys want to see on the show. So keep letting us know. Gary was one of those that people had said. So keep letting us know who you want to see, and we'll see what kind of connections we got.
Word.
Glad you could join us part-time.
Part-timer. Lyle, good luck. Great seeing you guys. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks, unless I win Indy, and then we'll probably have an emergency show to talk about it, or Spencer wins Indy. We'll have like an emergency show. It was great hanging out with you guys. Hope you guys and girls enjoyed Gary Scelzi, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Molly, roll that beautiful.
Shake it back! Does that feel good? Yeah.